Welcome, faraway friends, to Curse of Strahd. Busy over here being Darkeport. Woo! No, there were no shenanigans going on just before we were rolling. None whatsoever.
What are those?
All right, shout out to our sister stream as always, Constructed Chaos.
Guys are awesome.
Yeah, woo! And love what's going on over there. They've done some interesting things with the main campaign, and I'm interested to see how that all comes out. And since actually, I shouldn't say that. Yep, I always have to remember recorded, pre-recorded.
You guys already have seen it.
You guys have already seen it.
That's all right. They're just enjoying knowing something that we don't know, right?
It's true. No, it's
They're
fun.
seeing our future.
It's fun talking to your past self via your future self. And we have Eldritch Foundry, and some of those are going to be on beautiful display today. Mm-hmm. Melissa and I had a little painting session.
So fun.
Melissa, of course, painted the more difficult minis. I kind of did my slapdash thing on the ones that are more forgiving, and I think they turned out rather well. And you'll see some of those probably today.
Once they're out, I'm going to start guessing who painted me.
Yeah. Please don't.
Hard to tell.
It won't be much of a guess. All right, and with that, we have a little candle of tales. Okay?
Where's my lighter? Let's see how I can. Oh, I like that. A little fanfare for my fire.
Candle of tales. Did it take? Yes.
It's going.
It's going.
Growing.
It's growing. Growing.
It
Start
grows.
small.
Yes.
And we have a journal entry. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I hope so.
Come on, Gira.
Go for it.
Many years ago, when I left my clan to go on this journey, I was so certain, so clear. I remember holding Ragnar's hands in mine, promising to return with intentions of love in my heart and to prove my worthiness of the hand of a future shaman. But now, as I stare out at a land covered in mist and shadow, in between boards on the battered windows, the last words of my beloved spoke to me echo in my mind. Fates divide and unite. Many paths stretch out before you. But in a land of mist and death, so very few return home. Even now, years later, I remember the tears in his eyes and the way his hand let go of mine. Then hesitated before finally releasing me to my fate. Did he let me go then? A more important question, when did I let go of him? Looking back on these wandering years, was it when our hands let go of each other? Was it when I decided to leave? Or was it when Ismark's kind eyes met mine and called me beautiful? I may never know the exact moment when I let go of Ragnar, but I know it was before coming to this twisted land. Death rules here, even more so than the edges of the wilds where my clan calls home. I wonder how my elf-blood companions are faring with this much death. They are so used to the healers of their high towers and schools. How long before their hopes of seeing a new sunrise fade into shadow and mist? The dwarf continues to surprise me. Our minds and hearts are similar, and that gives me hope that we can endure what is to come as we move forward, out of this little village below a dark castle. We travel with Ismark and his younger brother Sasha, hopefully making it to the shelter of the falls before a dark day turns into a darker night. Sasha is a strangely soft young man, but a bright soul, and Ismark surprises me. The Koyanovich Manor has withstood so many attacks, it wears more scars than a veteran warrior from my clan. And yet inside, it is still ruled by love, kindness, and honor. Ismark seems to carry these traits well, even with the recent loss of his father and burden of protecting a younger brother. He has welcomed me in a way no man ever has. No one has ever held a chair out for me. And only one other pair of eyes have held that much gentleness and respect when they meet mine. Is this why ladies of elven courts like manners so much?
Yes.
I admit it is nice. But my current view, this land, nearly losing Finny, as well as the dead creatures we have fought in this land who still walk, fight, and bite, remind me of the words I dismissed so quickly with naive hope. It may be as he said. I may never find my way back to the green hills and blue sky of my homeland, my people, my No, it does not feel right to call him mine anymore. But home is not the place. It is people. Our little group may not have chosen each other, but a home made of the heart can expand. We must find ways to create joy, or take it when we can, especially in a dark land such as this.
You got Kenzie good.
Yeah.
That was good.
3 minutes in, we got tears of flowing.
Go back and watch that,
Yeah,
Melissa.
that was good.
You want to see our reaction?
That was good.
Yeah. Beautifully put.
Very good. So deep. You're so deep.
Yeah, for real snaps. Yeah.
Snaps all around.
So we're going to pick the tale back up, not exactly where we left it off, but instead we're going to look at the Koyanovich Manor and make our final preparations there. Gira, you had just given the young head of what's left of this family some badly needed bolstering and insight into the current situation, enabling him to go in and take what he needs from his legacy and to leave behind what he needs to right now. Because surely with a clouded mind, he would never survive what's going to come ahead. And you don't know exactly what's going to happen, but you know it's going to challenge all of you to your limits and some of you perhaps beyond. As you step out of there, and he's in this unusually pensive moment, which I resisted using that word with him before, but it's almost like you're watching him grow in real time in front of you. What do you say or do, or how do you want to direct the rest of the people there?
I think while he's kind of facing letting go of his, I'm assuming, childhood home.
Mm-hmm. All the memories.
And the future, he's probably letting go of the future of what that should have meant. I know Gira wants to do a few things. She wants to give him space, but be nearby if he does need anything. She's also going to keep an eye on her new companions.
Okay.
I mean, that really did kind of reflect. She's balancing a lot of things, and trying to make space for a lot of things. A lot of her elven blood companions are like, I'm used to seeing death. I'm used to funerals.
Yeah, you are.
But they're not.
Bless
So
them.
after, on the heels of a funeral, even though they didn't know the person, kind of gauging their emotional states a little bit, but also still making preparations to leave. So I also want to, as a homework thing, not homework thing, but like a little tidy up thing, she'd been carrying around those encyclopedias. And so she's going to probably leave those here unless they're useful. Because that's a lot of weight.
It is a lot of weight. When you take the encyclopedias out, you find that they have rotted. And as you touch them, they go to
Because they were crying out.
Dust and ash.
All right, that clears that up.
Do y'all happen to have a tissue in here? I can
I normally do.
I'm sorry.
I
don't want to have like a runny nose on camera.
Melissa, you're gonna have to reel it in next time.
I don't know. You're talking about love and
Just have
shame.
that right there in front of Kenzie, ready to go.
Kenzie, if it helps at all, there is video evidence of me losing my stuff on camera, so you are in good company.
Aww.
All right, we may pass this back now.
That's why I just have to look at the thing and read.
Don't look around.
So, and then she would also be kind of looking in the library, seeing if there are any useful books, especially on military tactics. Probably just one or two. She still has the siege tactics book that she wants to, unless that's big. then she'll...
And as you look at the siege tactic book, which you also got from Death House, right?
Yeah. So
Dang. Wait, so did anything
like
we
there
got?
already.
You're just lightening the load over there.
Oh shit, where's my paper? Oh,
The jewels, like the jewelry and the gear and everything. Yeah, go get it.
okay.
The jewelry and the gear and everything you got. Apparently, someone or something does not letting you have knowledge.
Interesting.
No roll needed for that. It's so clear, and you're physically holding all of this other gear. You know.
Yeah.
That you've now, some of which you brought into battle with you, and it's been fine. You look. You know, this is interesting. By the way, Melissa. I pride myself, or one of the things that I try to do as a GM is to bring psychological depth and to really understand the characters, really understand the thought process, the emotional process, and all of that. I had not considered how impactful a funeral would be for nearly immortal creatures who live with resurrection around them all the time, and who, in the High Terran funerals for the elves, are very different. Because they are, on the rare occasion where an elf dies, they're brought to one of the non-great lords or ladies, or they're brought to her wisdom directly.
I was wondering what happened.
And they are remade. They are remade into their sublime elven essence, and they're resent to the moon.
Oh.
And from there, even her wisdom. If
We just go to the man.
If Kishtari Lunara knows what happens after that, she's never copped to it, and she may not. Some people speculate they're reborn. Some people speculate that they're living essentially in a higher realm at that point, etc. And that is, up for debate and interpretation.
So it's seen more like a transcendence.
It's a transcendence. It's not actually an end, and certainly you don't have a corpse rotting on the ground. Let alone a field of battle. And you're thinking about some of the worst, like when you've had some hard fights with raiders or bandits who are determined to kill your tribe and enslave people, enslave the young. Certainly, they've never seen a slaughter field like that, a killing field like that.
Right.
So I'm actually, if you don't have it right now, I'm going to give you inspiration for that. That is a keen insight. Well, you already have
I
it.
forget about it, but
It's there.
this
Okay.
little dash on the paper.
Okay. Yeah. So there you go.
Change it to a little star.
A couple rolls then. Give me, since you specifically said this, and then Durgan, I know. Or no, you're with it too. So I'll get to Farron then. Give me. Actually, I can probably reduce this down to 2 insight checks. Just one. Make an insight check.
Nat one.
That one. Okay.
Of course.
Not feeling insightful. Too inspired to be insightful.
Too inspired.
Maybe splitting our concentration between too many things.
Maybe I feel more like she kind of falls into something of a meditative state herself, as she's just at least deeply reflective. As she's thinking about her beloved, she can feel that relationship, that primal relationship, her first love, shifting in her heart, even as she just is there in the study, or outside of the father's study, but you're like in a small little library right now.
Yeah, and for her, it's kind of becoming aware that she drifted out of that.
Having said that, you do find a single, it's not a book exactly, it's a hand-bound journal where it looks like someone took many pages and then after the fact, either that person or someone who came after them stitched them together.
Okay.
And the name on it is Irina Kolyana. Then it looks...
Not Koyanovich?
No. Yeah, Kolyana.
Oh.
And you look through it, just at a glance, you can see that this was someone's journal. It's written, but it's not written, even though presumably it was a woman writing this, it's not written as her handwriting is pretty to the point. There's not a lot of flowery, twirls or curlicues or anything. And you also, it's designed more as almost like a field journal or a word journal than a diary.
Okay.
And there are notations on the right-hand side of population of Barovia, how many bushels of wheat, how many heads of cabbage. I mean, there's some very practical things that are recorded in columns, and then she's making comments every so often.
Can I see a date on this?
You're not there are dates on there. You're not familiar with the dating system yet, but you feel like if you studied this for a while, you could probably figure it out.
Okay. She'll probably at least ask generally of Ismark if she can look through, and she will say she did find this. This might be helpful.
He kind of looks up. This had, of course, taken a while to get through all of this. Oh, you found Mother's journal.
Your mother's. Oh, sorry. Wrong accent.
Yeah.
Your mother's.
She was very, she was the practical woman. She was the one who taught me mostly how to fight, some my father, but she was a renowned swordswoman. She went, how would you say, the failed rebellion? She went with the Mad Mage last year. Did not come back.
So you don't know her fate?
Well, I do, but only because Sasha told me. He watches, I think he mentioned the procession that happens every night here.
Yes, he did.
Even though she fell in Ravenloft, it begins here, the procession. You can see her there. He looks away, becomes unreadable for a moment, and then I have not had the courage to wake up or the desire to stay up and see her.
If you're not ready, then you shouldn't look.
How is it right, though, that Sasha already has, and I cannot find it within myself? Isn't this a kind of deficit in my soul?
Different flowers bloom at different moments.
I am not a flower, Kira.
It is not me calling you a flower. It is one of the things of nature. Not everything happens at the exact same time.
I just always think of Sasha as being so delicate. Not weak, but fragile. And yet, already he has accepted what transpired last year far better than I have, if I'm being candid. I should have gone with them.
But then no one would be here with Sasha.
But what if it was the lack of my sword that led to failure? What if they had had one more capable warrior with them? I'm not chosen like you, but I am kissed by the gods. I can fight better than almost anyone else left.
Perhaps.
Just
Perhaps not.
Just to remind the audience, kissed is mechanically how I'm running the characters, like the stat blocks, where they're far superior to a normal person, but they don't increase with time the way the chosen do. So he has a limit. He has the plateau, and he's probably already hit it because he's in his fighting prime right now. You would have gone.
I would have gone. As I left my people to learn from different ways of different places in the world.
I guess the only thing I can do now is put one foot in front of the other, eh?
It does no good to look back at the past too many times. Learn from it, but then watch your feet as you move forward. No one walks backwards, constantly looking at the past.
Some do.
Trip over something.
Some do. This is Barovia.
And many of them look like they're standing still.
I won't argue that point with you.
You are not. You are taking brave steps to protect what you have, to do what you believe is right.
I wish there was some way that I could stay and fight. I know what is going to befall these people. These people who always thought that I was going to be their leader in the fullness of time. And here I am like a thief in the night. But I also know in my bones, Gira, Sasha is doomed if we stay here.
Then leave them something behind. Something that will not harm the secret or the need of secrecy for leaving. But something that can help strengthen them or advise them when they need it, when they are looking for it, when they are ready.
You know what I wish? What I actually wish? I wish I could convince them all to come and leave this place and leave the devil nothing to play with. All of us go to Vallaki, or maybe even all the way to Kresk. Out of his sight. I mean, he can get anywhere, I understand that. But this is his backyard. He can literally see us down here, I think. But I've tried before, and
It is a long way up to that castle.
he has his
Is
way.
eyesight that good?
I do not think that the devil Strahd sees things as men do. But far, far better. And off in the distance you hear, well, yeah, fuck nuggets. All right, so Farron.
It's perfect, because I was going to ask you what Morgathi is doing.
Yeah. And
I was curious.
trying to, why isn't it? And they're little like, little embers, tiny little pathetic sparks coming off. Radio, that's so mean. Radio, and then as soon as he sees you come into the room, he's like, right, I had a cramp in my wrist, and I was just trying out a little something. What have you been up to?
What have I been up to? Oh my gosh, you're so tedious. Anyway.
I'm tedious.
Yes, you're possibly the most tedious person I have ever encountered, and I do not say that lightly. Now shut up, because I came in here for a reason, and I would like to offer you something kind, believe it or not.
How novel.
I know. I'm turning over a new leaf, what can I say? This place really brings out the best in me. No, seriously, something weird happened. But I don't think we have to worry.
Oh, well, that's comforting.
Right? No, really. I saw something. Something that actually inspired something akin to that hope stuff that Durgan's always going on and on.
Congratulations. You've been infected by the dwarf's madness.
Has nothing to do with him. In fact, he wouldn't understand, otherwise I would be talking to him about this and not you.
Oh, so why do I get to be so special?
Because I saw her wisdom.
Okay, now I know you've been here for too long.
I know it sounds crazy, but I called upon her when we were fighting that fucking nasty undead thing. And I don't know, somehow I was able to connect with her. Like we locked eyes. I saw her, I felt her, and she's looking for us. She knows we're gone.
Farron, I understand that you're going to think that this is just my scathing retort for the insults that you heaped on me. But really, I say this with as much compassion as I can in my heart. You are going crazy. That is an insane statement. Her wisdom would have nothing to do with this place. And believe me, I should know about being cast off out of her grace.
Okay, maybe she doesn't think you're fucking important then. Fine by me, but she's looking for me, and I think she cares that 3 of her people vanished that were supposed to be coming to Ice's End, and she's going to come and find us. So if we can just stay alive a little bit fucking longer and play the little nicey nice game with these people we've ended up with, I think it will be worth it. I think we'll get out of here. I think there's a way.
Make an insight roll on him.
That's only 8.
Okay.
The trend continues.
Something moves behind his eyes, but you can't make it out. And you do notice that he's quiet a moment longer than he normally would be. And he says, finally, well, whatever gets you through this, dear. Whatever gets you through.
Are you so full of yourself to believe that I wouldn't comprehend what it's like to be abandoned by my kind, to not be cared about, to be cast aside despite trying my fucking best to help them?
You really, truly want to go there? It's easier for everybody if we don't. Let's just, like you said, let's just play nice. It's fine.
Well, I was really just trying to give you a little something to hang on to, but if you want to keep being a jerk about it, it's fine. Actually, you know what? Be useful. Sit down.
Shrugs.
And she will try to tell him about the names on the stones because she felt like there was something there. And she was like, help me figure out. There's something to this. There's something I'm not noticing. There's something about these names. And she's rattling off as many names as she can remember from the stones.
And it's pretty good. Oh. Well, and he takes out a little edge of a scroll, crumbles up some ink, and then starts scratching out some names. Well, they have some interesting ways of recording lineages. See, so these names change, and he starts running through how they differ from generation to generation. Maybe after I'll give you some specifics when we get back. I think it's important enough. But you see the lineages kind of, you can follow them, but it's quite different from what you're used to. Where largely you're talking about clan names, and then every so often somebody will have like a third name, which is an epithet. So like the learned, or the great, or the boastful, or like that, that kind of thing. Or if they're one of the 9 great lords and ladies, they'll have Lunara at the back of their name. Okay, so that's what's going on there. And which one of you gets Sasha? Make a both of you guys roll a die 20, Caitlin and Melissa.
17.
5.
Okay.
I still hate me.
So, Sasha finds you as you're running through this. Oh, Farron, I guess our Artexia is not back yet.
Haven't seen her.
I wonder what's taking them so long.
I mean, can always check in.
Well, I was just wondering, how far are we going to go? I've never been outside of the village before, and I wanted to make sure that I was packing correctly.
Well, to be honest, I've never been outside of the village before either, so might be a better question for your brother. I think he probably knows the most about where we're going out of everybody here.
No, but you came from a far place, didn't you?
Yeah, but I don't think it was really like walking that got us here.
Oh.
I have no idea the mode of transportation that we took. But
I've been so caught up with what's going on. I haven't even asked you any questions about yourself, about where you come from and your world and all of that. Is it very different from the valley?
I don't want to be rude, but you've probably figured out I'm just kind of fucking rude, so I'll just put it that way. This place is terrible compared to where we come from. Where we come from, it's bright and nice, and people are largely safe, and nobody is, coming in the night to turn people undead.
No one gets eaten?
There's not wolves, really. We have a lot of protections. I mean, I'm sure there was a time where things were much more wild where we came from, but our leader, her name is Kashtari.
That's a pretty name.
It's a very pretty name. She's pretty cool, I have to say. She's pretty great. She's done a lot to make sure that everyone is safe. Everyone's taken care of. So coming here was a bit of a shock for us. It's a little different.
Oh.
Not to be a jerk about where you're from. There's,
How many?
nice trees.
So she only has a few slaves.
Slaves?
Yeah, and of course slavery is not barely a concept there.
Yeah, we don't do that kind of thing.
Oh, so she has bloodbound servants. But just a few.
You know how your brother is nice to you? People are more like that there. There's definitely bad people who do bad things, but it's not quite as common as it seems around here.
Everyone is nice, or almost everyone is nice?
I mean, I'm not really very nice, but I at least don't just, have a bunch of slaves or just murder for fun. So, depends on your definition of nice, I guess.
And you feel this great sucking void where Morgathi should just skewer you right now, but instead he's still kind of in this oddly thoughtful mode. And finally he says, "Oh, don't worry, child. There are plenty of nasty little turns in High Terra. It's just that what my lovely companion is saying is true as far as it goes. Our issues tend to be a little more, how would you say, sub rasa than here. They're not quite so in your face, or on your face, as the case may be. And undead are completely unknown there. Really, it was hardly theory. It was basically strictly theory that they could even exist. I don't really understand, but it's all right. You don't need to. Don't worry your pretty little head over these sorts of things. Here, I'll help you pack. I think I have some idea of what's coming." And he gets up and it's no more, no. Just don't.
Kid? Something about my world that's just the same as this world. Don't go around just trusting anybody.
Okay. Who do you think is the best judge of character in your group?
Best judge of character?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone's especially good at it. I mean, I would say Durgan, but he's friends with me, so he's probably an idiot.
Probably. Access.
Listen, trust your gut. Trust yourself, because that's about all you're going to get. It's the only person that's never going to turn on you. Because probably somebody who you trust and love would lie right to your face.
Morgathi says, "My point, Sasha." And so we go over to a little baked goods situation.
Yeah.
And
how far are they from the house? Are they far enough that I could send you this message? It's 120 feet, so I'm assuming they're too far away.
120 feet. They're a little too far. Yeah. This is a small. I mean, it's not a crazy question to ask though. This is a pretty small village. Mm-hmm. Your message at 120 will go. That covers about a fifth of the village.
Oh man.
How long have they been gone?
longer than they should have been. So you try to send a little something.
If it keeps creeping on, she might, ask someone to walk with her until she feels like she's catching something until they're responding. She might try a few times, but not yet.
You know that Durgan likes a good homily sometimes, and maybe he just really got off on a riff. Yeah.
He's feeling really hyped from getting to do his little funeral rites and all
that. That's
Get some real jazz.
Yeah, it's a real uplifting experience.
So, Artexia, Durgan, you hear the sound of small wooden wheels rolling across damp cobbles.
Yeah.
You trace the lonely sound to a hunched figure bundled in rags, pushing a rickety wooden cart through the gathering fog. And you see there's this stooped figure as she's going along with this cart. You see tied to it, probably around the waist, looks like a young boy, maybe 7, 8, like that, and he's quietly sobbing. And she's saying, "Oh, now don't you worry, dearie. It will all be fine. You'll have plenty to eat where we're going. And remember, I care about you more than your own parents."
Time to get myself killed. All right.
Yeah, what happened right before that? We got blessed, right? We got blessed, me and him?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Long gone, though.
It's long. Yeah.
Oh, it's been long?
It doesn't last that long.
Oh, I see,
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Maybe 10 combat rounds, 60 seconds. So like maybe as you're leaving the church, you feel it fade.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And in fact, as she spots the two of you, see her start to do a slow motion U-turn with a cart.
Oh, heck no.
Okay.
Alarm bells.
All right. So you come tramping on up.
You tramp.
Let me get. Where is that? I won't obsess on this for too long because that's pretty well in my mind. But you know that I always like to show you guys the beautiful artwork in this book. So
So inspiring.
it's so inspiring. It's so lovely. So the cart.
This is just something in passing, hence why there's a picture.
This isn't important. There's just
Nothing.
an official illustration.
Nothing happens. So the cart has these steaming pies on either side of it, and it's kind of like imagine a setup at even a modern store where you have the display, and it's like slanted. So you have them there, and then you have kind of more efficient shelving underneath where the pies are slotted in. Mm-hmm. And you wonder if she's using some sort of hedge witch magic or something.
I was just about to say, I want to detect magic.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay.
Give me that.
Give me that.
So I have verbal and...
Somatic.
Okay. Oh, I'm going to say... I'll fuck it up. I think this girl is way too... It's suspicious. Let my magic over there and do its own vision. I don't fucking know. Here.
Okay. And as she's trying to do this, is it 60 feet
I think
range?
Sounds right.
30 feet.
It's only 30. Okay, so you have to get pretty You have to. I mean, you
Walk
can't.
right up to this
you
bitch.
can't.
Okay.
But yeah,
Let me see what's going on.
you go up, and she says, "Oh my, aren't we curious?"
She just loves pie.
And you do see that there's this vague, hazy aura around all of the pies, but it's strongest in particular, like this gray hazy aura, more like magical effluvia, where you're looking at like a mirage, and it's shimmering up, but it's not that clean. It's more like little particles, like gritty little gray particles that are wafting with the steam off of those top maybe dozen pies that are highlighted. And she also seems to have something deep. Actually, would you be able to see that? Yeah, make an Arcana check. I'll just determine it that way. Whether or not you can, it's fair.
I'm doing it over here. There's too much shit.
Sure.
10 plus 2. So
Plus 2. Okay. There might be. She might be. Something else might be getting held out on you that you can't see because she's positioning herself so that the bulk of the cart is between you and her, so you can't really make it out. But there might be something on her happening with her that also would trigger your spell. And well, that's not a very kind. That's not a very polite thing to be doing, young lady, aren't you? But with someone so lovely as yourself, I just can't help but forgive you. Look at that face. Don't you think so, lad?
I'm doing a double take back and forth.
Yeah, you really think we couldn't hear you, huh?
Oh, I think everyone is to everyone's business here. But I just have so much to do today.
I'd like to do an insight on the child while this is happening.
Yeah.
Okay. Dearie, you don't understand
Quit cocking your dice.
just how far I have to travel.
Every time.
My poor, and you are far too young to understand
Oh my god, who's that boy with you?
the excruciating agony of bunions.
Yeah. I literally, roll my eyes around and I lean back over again, look around her. Who is that boy with you?
Oh, him? Oh, well, he is in my charge now.
A woman who has bunions and can barely move is in charge of this boy.
Oh, we'll make it back. I promise we'll make it
And why
back.
is he tied to your cart?
Oh, well, his parents don't have any further use for him. Isn't it a terrible thing? The poor things, they can hardly feed themselves. And so, out of abundance of kindness, I have decided, even though it burdens me horribly, to take him into my own household and put him to good use.
What the hell does that mean? And what kind of use is that? I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time.
Oh, we're just she
She starts pushing
it like a little faster now. I mean, she's not going to get away from you.
I'm
obviously,
like,
with the
yeah,
car.
I'm like,
But
keep it up.
You're having to walk now.
I'm like, I'm a sniff.
She's at a determined trundle now, Lindsay. And as you
Despite the bunions, she
as you
trundles along.
so perception, actually you don't have to roll because you can smell them just fine. Make either a nature or arcana check. Because you do still have detect magic.
They're the same. Alright, we're changing up the dice. 12 again. All together.
Put 12, okay.
Like, is this a D20? Okay.
Do that on mic. There is so they smell delicious. And there's quite a melange of different berries that are in there. You're smelling blueberry, you're smelling raspberry. There's maybe some apple. But there's some scent in there that you can't identify. But you can't decide if it's sweet or if it's acrid and sharp. You really, like, your nose is confused right now. Okay, sorry, Justin, what are you doing?
Stop.
Huh?
I know I'm not of this land and I don't always know how everything here works.
Oh no, you are strangers, aren't you?
Aye.
Strangers
No stranger than
in a
this.
strange land. She's still waddling. She's not gonna outpace you. She's doing about 10 feet
I
around.
said to stop.
In that moment, I'm gonna hop on his shoulders and hop on top of her cart to make her stop. I'll be like, we said stop.
Get covered in pie.
What's your dex? You probably can just do it automatically.
16.
Yeah. Okay. So Durgan is as long as you let her just kind of jump off of you. Ah! What are you doing? I don't understand. What are you doing? And they call me crazy. Me crazy.
You look like you're literally stealing a child right now, and you won't even stop to say anything to us.
I am bringing him to a better place. How dare you?
I'm gonna just Boy, what's going on here? Why are you here with this woman?
He takes the rope and he tries to tug and jerk himself back off of it, but it's too strong.
Okay.
Off the cart?
Yeah, that's all. That's all I need. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move to basically get the kid off of the cart, and I'm expecting violence from her at some point.
Okay, so you rock and you block her path. Okay, you set your squat body in front of her, and
Farron's gonna go find Kira and be like, they've been gone a while. You wanna take a walk with me? I feel like it's been a little too long.
Been back by now.
We get close enough, I can just shoot him a message and see if they're okay.
so you start kind of basically pinging to see if there's some.
Yeah.
If
We just start walking in their direction.
Yeah.
Every few minutes, I'm like, Durgan, are you there? Durgan, hello.
Yeah, I mean this entire place, because the Koyanovich Manor all the way to the church are kind of like that's furthest south, that's furthest north. So this entire thing is only about like less than 2 football fields. And you're hitting 120 feet, so you're going to find, unless something crazy happened, you're going to find them.
I wish I understood that reference.
It's just like, how long is it for you?
It's not, that's fair.
It's not that big.
So as you get in front, and you hear Morgathi say, "Oh yes, I'll just be over here, not moving a muscle."
Good, great, thank you.
We figured you would need your beauty rest.
Always, darling. You think this just happens on accident?
You just immediately.
Looks like it does.
And wait.
Like I love you.
There's no need for any of this. There's just no need, although you have been a very naughty she-elf. Yes, you have
I
been.
grab onto my pendant, anticipating her to.
Very naughty. Look at you. Just sitting in my pies. Do you know how long... And you
Rub my butt into it.
The very nerve of this girl. Is this your associate?
He's busy cutting away the rope.
Oh, okay. She turns back around. You see her bushy eyebrows just raised, and she said, "What do you think you're? What do you?" And she starts kind of slapping and
What
grabbing.
man am I doing? It's just a trick question. I'm untying the line.
And she says, "I have never been treated thus. This is outrageous behavior from both of you. From both of you."
Hey, like I said, I don't know how everything works here, but I can't let this pass.
Look, just before you do anything that you can't undo, well, she's out of that category. Look, I can tell you things. You clearly are going to have to deal. Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
He's not. I mean, he might listen to her, but he's not going to stop.
Well, if you cut it, you're done.
If
If you cut it, you're done. The knot is kind of almost like sinisterly skilled at it.
She was a sailor.
So, right.
She's done this a lot.
Or she's done this a lot. And those old gnarled hands, maybe a little more agile than what you're
There's a
doing.
lot more going on here than meets the eye.
Durgan.
Right. Okay, so you cut.
Hearing me, Durgan?
You finish cut. So you can do an auto with the cut, or you can make a sleight of hand check. What would you like to do?
I'll do an auto with the
Okay.
kid. He's not gonna.
As soon as you do that, the kid jumps onto your leg and won't let go.
I produce flame in my hand to get ready for whatever she's doing. I feel it in my soul. I feel like she's
Okay.
about to fucking do something.
It's obvious that he don't want to go with you.
Look, since you now have height on her and you're closer, make that Arcana check again, and see if you can figure out.
Durgan, are you there? Durgan? Hello.
Fuck me, dude.
That's
Okay. On camera? Okay, 11 total.
11. Okay. It is a lower DC also because you do have height. So
Okay.
this time that's actually enough.
Okay.
So
You were supposed to roll a d12.
Oh, D12?
Is that what you rolled? I think you.
No,
rolled.
this is my D20.
Oh, sorry.
yeah, it's a 20.
Just want to make sure you weren't.
Other people have done that. Other people have done that before at this
making
very table. Yes. So, as the flame comes up to your hands, and she says, "The very nerve!" As you stare down her bosom, and you see that she has something tucked between her impressive endowment, and there's some sort of beacon or some sort of glow going off from in a magical sense. And she says, "Well, if that's what you wanted a sight of, that's all you had to say." and she leers at you, and she drags herself down and flashes you, and starts just cackling.
The visuals are
Deranged old woman.
And she says, "You should be so lucky as to get to my point in life and my size, honey." And so she turns around and she says, "Look, before you run off with that choice little morsel, let me just say,
That seems like an odd.
I can
choice
tell
of
you
words.
all kinds of things about the man upstairs. Yes, I can.
I believe you can.
Yes, I can."
Durgan, are you there? Durgan? Hello?
And then finally you hear, "Hello." Yeah,
Really staticky.
do you answer her?
I do.
Okay, what do you say?
What about to start something? Get into some sort of trouble here.
Oh shit, we're already on the way.
And you hear her, of course, say, "Finally."
Come on, let's pick up our pace.
And then before
We'll start.
very long, so in a couple combat rounds, you see them around a bend and you see this situation unfolding. But then Durgan's already cut the boy loose.
What's your name, lad?
Look, Lucian,
What happened, Lucian?
they're sleeping. They're always sleeping now. And they dream all the time, and they wanted more pies. And he starts crying again.
More pie.
More pies are the answer to all the ills of Barovia Village. Look at you. You're snatching, not only are you taking the food out of the mouth of my customers, you're making it impossible for me to distribute my love, my confectionery care.
What kind of love and care is
Everyone.
only with a trade? For what, a child?
As I said, look at him. He's skinny. And she tries to pinch him. Are you going to move him?
Yeah, he's not. I'm not.
Okay.
letting
Yeah.
Get near him.
She hisses when you do that. And she says, I just can't imagine why you would deprive these poor, unfortunate souls of my benevolence. And you see heads start to outside of some of the huts. And
Me
another
smashing the pies create an even bigger aroma.
The smells are just flying.
It's on me. Are they gonna fucking eat
You
me?
smell delicious.
Make as you're covered in pies, make an insight check. Artaxia. Oh my god. That's good. That's cute.
Oh, fudge.
That doesn't count.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
My ears are gonna fly off of the show. Frick, dude. +4 though, so 12 again. What is with these 12?
12 it is.
It's the third one.
12 it is.
It's above average. Sorta.
There's nuance that you're missing, of course, but you're beginning to see there's no missing the glassy-eyed stare, the leaning in heads, and then you see one, the largest guy, lick his lips.
Durgan?
Aye.
You see, they adore me here.
I start taking like a little, like one step, without falling off the thing.
Okay.
Just like kind of like stepping back.
No! Stop, please. Please. That is my new rhubarb line that you're smashing. And you just put a foot right through the rhubarb pie.
Durgan, I don't know if we can take all of these all at once. Do you see what's happening?
They just want. Okay, and then you see Farron and Gira
Aye.
show up.
Once I have eyes on whatever this weird situation
And you
is,
see these people-
I'm also sending a message to Morgathi to
Okay.
round everyone up.
Oh, smart.
Get down here.
Oh, fuck's sake. All right. You, Muppet, let's go. And okay, and these people, and she says, I'm exhausted. I see that you don't understand.
Aye.
An old woman trying to make her, an old defenseless woman trying to make her way through the world the best that she can. You've left me no choice. I'm going to have to write off this entire venture, aren't I?
How did you get tied up, lad?
He points at her.
Is she older than she seems? One more.
He looks horrified, and he looks back. I want to go home, but they're just gonna give me to her again. They hate me.
They gave your parents. They gave them.
That
to
is
her.
what I have been trying to say. There's some of his parents are some of my best customers.
I am sure they are.
It's the pies.
Do I see all of that happening?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
The people don't seem willing to bum rush you quite. I mean, because you still have the flame in your hand, and and you're in armed and in armor and all and like this. And these are just kind of pale villagers, but some of them do look a little desperate. And they may.
I looked back at her. I said, I'll say, what are these people going to do if we keep staying here? I asked the woman, the old lady.
She looks over at you. What do you think? You may be pretty, but there's a little something lacking upstairs, isn't there?
I take my flame and I throw it in her face while we're right close, while we're really leaning in towards each other to talk.
Sneak attack.
Shit. Okay. I guess we're in rounds now.
And I'm leaning over to Garrett. They made us come all the way to get some pies.
I'm gonna say that you have initiative
Why
because
is she
of
covered
how
in
the scene is played out. So go ahead and
No, but I
roll
could
to
go
hit.
for pie, I guess.
Go ahead and rolled what?
Go ahead and roll to hit.
I like pie too.
It's good.
I like pie.
Okay.
We're relating.
I like hand pies.
Oh, 20!
Oh my god.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
You get her right in the kisser.
Sweet.
Pow, right in the kisser.
Pow, right
so
in the
roll double damage. So it normally does 1d8, so you roll 2d8.
8?
Yeah. The
Double-sided
double
pyramid.
pyramid.
Oh, the double pyramid, that's right. Okay, yeah. We barely use those.
Might I recommend fucking her up? It'd be great.
A 4 and 8.
Professional.
Okay,
Another
that's
12.
12 points of fire. Yeah.
We like that 12.
12 is your number.
like that.
Okay.
You didn't need that face.
And you see some of the flesh. There's a little bit of soot and blackening.
Crispy.
But that should basically have drilled through her head. I mean, it was intense.
Hell yeah.
And you see her face just looks a little redder, and she shrieks. Durgan, in that split second, what are you doing? Because you still have this kid
All right.
sheltered, both of you are close to her.
I tell him, run!
Okay.
Yeah.
It's about to get real ugly here.
Shove her towards.
All right. He turned.
And I kind of push him back and away, and I get my shield and
Okay. I mean, yeah. If you
hammer.
you
ready.
get ready. As soon as you throw that fire, the villagers bolt back into their homes.
Oh, okay.
Except for the big guy, and he takes a step forward and kind of lowers himself, and you see him just literally slavering, looking at the pies.
Do
right
I
now.
see that?
You do. He does not see you because he's totally
Excellent.
fixated. on
Don't
the pies.
even think about it.
And as that's going on, I guess Gira and Farron, what do y'all want to be doing while this is happening?
I'm going after the big guy.
Okay, so you sprint.
Or how far away from he?
I'll say you're close enough to get you hustle over to him. Are you gonna do some dual damage, or are you gonna take his head off?
Subdual for now.
Okay, so you like turn the flat of the
Yeah.
flip the axe for the flat of the axe
Yeah.
or something. Okay. Go ahead and roll that attack with advantage, because he's again you have him you're directly behind him, which
Did you
is
say attack with advantage? That just means an extra one? An extra dice?
20.
and it's whichever one is better.
Okay.
And then disadvantage is the opposite. You have to roll 2. If you're at disadvantage, you have to roll 2, and you take the worst of the 2.
So that is a 17 to hit.
Okay. Go back! And I'm just going to say you lay them out, because I know what their hit points are. And
Okay.
even though he's a little more robust than the average villager, he still goes down.
Robust.
But you think that you think he'll recover. You didn't do any permanent damage. Farron, in that same basically moment, it's not even really a full round. It's just
Yeah.
kind of all happening at once. What do you?
She's running straight to Durgan and kind of panting. What the hell? All of this over some pie?
Right. Yeah, 'cause you haven't seen any of the. You just see this pie.
She's
Right.
she's more than she looks.
Oh, great! Another one.
Hey,
And as she shrieks and you hit her face, her own hands come up, and she spins.
No!
And
Frick!
She turns into a bottle?
And she just... No, you got it. Just right into the
melts,
ground.
yeah.
Just twists, spirals. I'm gonna because you're nose to nose almost. I'm gonna let you make a perception roll. And let's see if there's a detail you pick up from her face.
She's a mole witch.
A 2.
A 2? Okay.
That's a 6, so it's 8, yeah.
Okay. There's too much pie, too much chaos, and as you destroy her prized new rhubarb line, it makes you a little unstable on there. And even with your scant weight, you can feel that the display shelving that you're standing on starting to... so you miss whatever. Something was happening with her face, but you're not sure what it was now.
Frick.
And
Bad
she's
face.
gone. Bad face.
I didn't see it either.
No, because she was fixed.
Her face.
They were fixated. Yeah, they were fixated. You saw, obviously, something otherworldly happen with her twirling and looking like she just into the ground. But you don't. You just kind of intuitively know. You don't think she literally went into the ground because there's no displacement. You think that was just the effect of whatever she was doing, how she needed to move to effectuate that.
Well, y'all are welcome. My very presence has saved the day again.
I'm kind of drenched in pie right now.
Yeah, you look disgusting, by the way.
So you guys don't, like, this doesn't make you want to eat me or anything,
I mean, I like pie.
Maybe you have to have already eaten it to feel the effects.
Yeah, I would highly recommend not eating this pie, even though I have no idea what the fuck is going on. Who was that little boy running away?
Where did he go?
Someone that was going to be taken by her.
And now that the fighting is stopped,
He was tied to the cart when we got here.
Oh, lordy.
he runs.
I know.
He runs back. He runs back over, and because he looked into his house, and you hear, "Go on!" when he tried to go back into his house, and so he turned and he runs back to the cart, and he looks utterly lost.
How... Is there a way to dispel the spell from the parents? I don't think I have anything like that.
I will
Kira
let.
catches up by now, too.
Yeah.
You know that's not how you eat pie.
Wrong hole again.
Take me up, Harry.
Did you do the wolf thing again?
I want to take a look.
Oh, okay.
I don't have it.
They're not very nice.
My anger got the
Have
best.
they always been like that?
That's
No.
okay.
Did they start eating these pies and that's when things changed?
He just looks at you and kind of gropes for words, and then reaches out and tries to take your hand and take you over to his hut.
Okay, he'll
Don't
let it happen.
don't go in there.
All right.
I've got to, Veteran.
What is the goddess damn ruckus?
No, he just made us.
Something about
see
pies.
Finny.
Pie. Yeah.
What?
Finny, don't eat the pie.
Don't.
And
Kira, don't let him eat the pie.
Morgie, we're so glad you're here. We need your expertise and your knowledge. There's something about these pies.
Finny immediately runs up to the apple pie, to the remnants of apple pie, and unless you do
Garrett
something,
catch him?
okay.
Like instantly. Like he'll do the dive and she's like, nope.
Just grab him by
And
the
he's
scruff.
gonna.
Yep.
So there's like one beautiful intact apple pie, and he's just gonna shove his face right into it.
Oh my god.
Why is he determined to
I'm
die?
getting hungry too, but we need to check something first.
So I have this purified food and drink, but it says not with magical food. It says all non-magical food and drink within, so that wouldn't count for that, right?
Do you have a spell or a cantrip?
It's a spell.
It's an actual spell. Okay. You probably can catch him. Make an athletics roll.
$18.
Yeah.
It's nice, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
He wasn't like trying to combat evade you, so it was pretty easy anyway. But you basically on an 18, you just snatch him up by the back of his tunic,
And
now
his legs
he's
are
in
still
the air and he's kind
dangling,
of
he's
thrashing.
midair.
He's reaching for the pies.
Aww.
And okay, I promise I won't I promise I won't eat any of them. I was just wanted one taste though, Gira.
Not gonna eat it, just what I want to eat.
Apparently, these pies make some people sick. I think.
Especially short people. That's what I heard.
Especially short.
I'm gonna walk up and stick my butt in the last pie real quick, just
As you just destroy them. Okay.
Look, now you can't eat it, please.
You know that's not going to stop me, right?
It won't.
You have to pay for something so special. Now move along.
I'm gonna run after
Durgan.
Durgan.
Okay.
He's not gonna stop.
This is all
walking
happening
toward
like
the house.
pretty all within 50 feet, 60 feet or whatever. So you can see what's happening. Finny looks around. No, it's not the pies. I've seen this before. I mean, not these pies, but I guess y'all Fae people probably haven't really seen addiction that much before. Remember when we went to those red fields and they had all those poppies, Gira?
Yes.
And they would make the milk from it? Mm-hmm. Look at them. Don't they look pretty similar? And you see the villagers
She'll look at some, maybe even pick some up and like sniff it.
It's a different scent, but you catch his meaning that the people are hanging on these things like their lives depended on it. And most of the elves would never have seen addiction before, because every need that you ever need is taken care of. And if somebody does get addicted, it's just a greater restoration spell. The addiction's broken.
Right.
Convenient.
Yeah.
So does she catch up with us?
Yeah. Okay, so you get to the
Almost. Farron,
get to the hut.
you remember what you said down below in the Durst Manor? Me too. I don't know that I'm built for this place. But I can't. Because I can't let stuff like this slide.
Yeah, you're too good. I've told you 100 times.
I know. It's gonna get me in trouble, probably every day.
It's gonna get you killed here, so if you could just keep it together until we can get out of here, I would really appreciate it. Because if somebody's gonna survive this with me, I would kind of like it to be you.
No. That's kind of cute.
It's almost I love you in her language.
Yeah.
Friendship.
So wait, are you guys like kind of like...
No. She gay.
Taste the
pass.
pies.
Who is this?
So good. The dad.
The guy inside the house, yeah.
So good. And you see the mom manages to roll onto her stomach, and she's crawling around on the ground right now, and you see her trying to lick up little specks of pie
Oh, they're
that are on the ground.
magicked by these pies or something.
Aye, they are.
This is disgusting. That guy's drooling.
Ugh.
God, I hate drool.
Keep him from getting to any more if I can.
I stay in the back and let
Okay.
everyone go in front because obviously I'm still covered in pie, so y'all go ahead and deal with that.
Right.
Do I have any inkling whether something like a restoration spell would clear this away? Probably a magical effect, but I don't.
You have, I'll say, since this is kind of up your ballywick, with advantage, why don't you make an insight check?
Okay.
Kira's probably explaining what Finny was trying to get at to Morgie and Artexia.
Take that one.
Oh, yeah.
And then realizing, oh, they went to go check probably people that are suffering that effect. So she'll be like, I'll be right back.
Okay.
That is
And then try to catch up with Farron and Durgan to kind of basically explain the same thing.
Okay.
Might help.
You're being cultural communicator. Got it. That's good.
It's a 26 on a natural 20.
Not 20, baby.
Hey.
So you could probably cure this specific issue. Like, you could probably dispel this specific moment. The issue, though, Durgan, as you're looking around, is that this entire village, there's a reason why you are only having a fraction of the people
Right.
coming out.
They're all just.
And there's most of this village is either in cahoots or is victimized by this. And with a 26, I'll take it a step further. let's say that you do. Let's say that you make it a serious push and mission, especially with Father Donovich, revived. If, and if he maintains the glory of the Morning Lord, which you think he will now, actually, it's going to be rough. There are going to be some rough nights in there, but you think he's going to maintain his sanity. But even if you did all of that and cured all of it and prevented the peddler from coming back, because you'd have to, you'd think that this is probably ultimately the way that this even started was because of the despair of the village. And that you don't really have a cure for.
Right. So
this is very quick. This is all, you run this through your mind. You see the people, you understand that, this is what maybe, at some point Gira had mentioned the poppies or addiction or something like that.
Would that be considered poison?
It could be, yeah, loosely it could be. So you could protect somebody from becoming addicted to it ahead of time. But you're just like, you can't imagine how you've only been here for a tiny bit and this place is already starting to weigh on you. Yep. If you were born and bred here under the site of the Devil Strahd, what chance would you have? And that's all running through you. And Farron, you've been with him, you've been with Durgan long enough to know that this is his version. Like, he has these moments of divine inspiration, but some of them sometimes are quite subtle. And you can kind of feel that place he goes to where he has a layer of insight into things that seems almost superhuman kind of working through him right now.
This is what I mean. You can't save everyone here. Okay? We're gonna have to fucking pick and choose.
I know.
This place is a disaster.
I know.
Come on.
Lad? I want you to come with me for now. Can you do that?
He looks back at what's on offer in his home.
You may not be coming back here for a while. If maybe not ever. Are you okay with that?
Do I have a home?
You do now.
I'm gonna see if I get you one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll come with you.
All right, Lucen. Stay with me.
And then
And shakes her head at him, but she doesn't protest.
He shies away from you because you have such a strong presence that even
she's not even looking at the little boy. She's no way welcoming.
You have a 19 charisma, right? Yeah, so that's a strong presence.
Get whatever it is you need to get for travel. And tell them goodbye, even if it's hard. You'll regret if you don't.
I'm afraid of them.
You don't have to stand next to them, just tell them goodbye.
Mom?
He'll put his arm on his shoulder to kind of help steady him.
I'm leaving now. I love you.
He'll squeeze a little bit.
Wait, the mom who had crawled. Wait, we need. She said she was coming back with more pies. Where are the? And then she starts. I can smell
Come on.
them. And she starts crawling.
So
out of the hut.
Durgan's gonna try to pull him, and he's making his own little attempt to leave. But
okay.
He's going to.
He goes with you.
He's having a hard time leaving, but he will.
And the mom crawls. For those of you who are at the rear of it, you see this and you hear Morgathi just say, "Disgusting," and because he didn't really know what had led up to this, but what he sees is this woman who is not bathed in weeks, just crawling out of the hut, looking crazy. And she crawls over to the nearest pie that you had knocked over, and then she just gathers up the pie in the dirt and starts putting it into her mouth. Okay. where do you guys go? You guys, I'm going to say retreat back to the Koyanovich Manor.
How old is he? Is Lucian compared to?
You think he's 7? So Sasha's like an older teen, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. So comes back. Do I still have to go with the nasty woman?
No. You're coming with me.
Okay.
Lucian, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not safe for you to stay with me for long, but I'm gonna see if I can get you someplace better. Okay?
And you're not gonna tie me to anything?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Oh. This is where the Burgomaster lives. I'm not supposed to go in.
Well, you're coming with me.
Are you the Burgomaster now?
No, not hardly.
Okay.
This episode's gonna freak me out, dog.
Get her back the tissue box.
As you go inside, as we go inside and we wend our way to intermission, you see Ismark kind of as you come in with this boy who's been through all kinds of horrors already in his short little life. Ismark has on like a pretty fat rucksack. He's in his full resplendent, beautiful white plate mail armor, and his brother has grudgingly put on his mother's old breastplate and has his mother's rapier at his side.
When he notices him, I'm gonna say, he was sold for pies by his parents, and then I'll kind of watch his response to see if he kind of understands.
Garrett's
Already
watching him
knew,
too.
yeah.
Does he know about the pie problem?
Yeah.
It has gotten completely out of control.
I'm hoping we might be able to find a place for him where we're heading, at least in the direction that we're heading.
We cannot. You will see, friends. People die deaths of despair here if they do not have something to latch onto. For many in my grandfather's time, it was wine, but the wine no longer comes here. And over the long march of years, we tried many different things. I did not. My family did not. But one by one, family by family, more and more of them fell to these different things, and now it is these pies. It was one of the old women.
One.
I think so.
A lot more than she appeared to be, too.
There are at least... That does not surprise me. No one... Think of it. Who travels Barovia, as you will soon find out? Who travels Barovia without being able to defend themselves? We're going to be dealing with all manner of things on the road. Of course, that old woman, I assume she was some sort of potent wizard or something.
Who said
like that.
one of the old women? Are there more?
Mm-hmm.
They would come. Yes, it was not always. I don't even know their names, but they would come and they would. And Sasha says, the one who comes here the most. Her name is Morgantha. And Morgathi says, "Oh my lord and lady."
And I roll my eyes too at the sound of her name. I'm like,
Another one.
How do you know that, Sasha? Because she talked to me one day. You never told me this. Mm-hmm. She did. And she was going to offer me one of her pies. I wouldn't have taken it. And then she just stopped. She seemed so friendly, and then she stopped like I frightened her. And then she wouldn't talk to me anymore, and she just shuffled away.
I have a bit of an accounting to do before we go, but do you have something for the lad to eat before we
Of course.
set out?
Come on. You're one of the Jarov kids. Uh-huh. You had a brother and sister, didn't you? Or people would say, you have a brother and sister, don't you? Oh, I'm sorry to ask. It's okay. Come on, let's get something to eat. And Sasha takes his hand, and you have a sinking feeling that he did, in fact, have an older brother and sister.
I don't know how visible it'd be to everybody, but Durian's kind of just, he shrugs, his shoulders sag just a bit, and he kind of just...
All right. And that is where we will pause for intermission. Thank you so much. We will see you on the other end.
Oh my goodness.
Eldritch Foundry is evolving. Bringing you a virtual army of miniatures like never before in full tabletop-ready color. Paint your miniatures in our upgraded creation tool, then bring them to life in stunning one-to-one detail as 3D printed miniature masterpieces. With complete control over your digital color scheme, you can point and click for simple color fills or go all in on highlights, shading, brush techniques, and more. Create epic heroes and madness-touched monsters that are truly yours. Miniatures are 3D printed in perfect color detail using a new PolyJet 3D printing process, giving you unique, bespoke models ready to delve into any dungeon as part of your next campaign. Everything from one-off player characters to dungeon mobs and boss-level monsters that will make every player in your group jealous. But that's not all. You can take things fully digital and export into leading VTT platforms such as Tailspire and Roll20 to take your games and your custom miniatures wherever you want. Join the adventure of a lifetime. Back our campaign today to help us bring this stunning revolution in custom miniature design to reality. With Eldritch Foundry, full-color 3D design and printing.
Greetings, weary travelers, and welcome to Constructed Chaos, a channel dedicated to all things D&D, including live play streams and podcasts, 3D printing, painting, crafting, homebrew content, and guides for players and dungeon masters alike. Join our Discord for even more special benefits, announcements, and free downloadable content. And until next time, go out there and make some chaos.
I am Durgan Oakenshield, born of the steadfast Oakenshield clan of the Iron Hills. Our folk have lived for ages under the rule of the elves in a world where their control keeps peace and stability. Most of my clients sees this as a blessing, a chance to live without fear, to focus on our traditions, our forges, and our craft. They value the safety that comes with the elves' rule, thinking it lets us thrive in a world free of conflict. But I've always heard a different call. The Morning Lord teaches that life is all about growth, change, and renewal. Under the elves' tight grip, I see a world that no longer moves forward, stuck in a rigid piece that feels more like a cage. Life, in all its forms, must be free to change, to find its own path. For me, that's what true peace lies, in the balance of freedom and growth, not in the security of conformity. This view makes me a bit of an outsider in my own clan. While they respect my skills as a healer and my devotion to the Morning Lord, they do not always share my belief in the need of independence. They trust in the elves' peace, and they do not see the harm in a world that stays the same. Some of my kin think me reckless for wanting more, or for questioning the rules that have kept us safe for so long. I ken their caution, but I cannot ignore what I feel deep in my heart. I walk a path that often separates me from my kin. Guided by the Morning Lord's light, I do not openly defy the elves, nor do I seek conflict, but I believe that life, true life, must be free to grow, to rise and fall, as the sun does each day. My faith drives me to stand for that freedom, even when it leaves me apart from those I hold dear. In recent years, my journey's been shared with Farron Mock, a sharp-tongued, quick-witted half-elf sorceress with a heart as tangled as a brambled bush. Aye, she keeps me on my toes. We met by chance, and there's so many paths crossing this vast world, and though we're very different, our fates have come strangely bound. It's Farron's inner conflict that pulls me in, makes me wonder just how much her heart can be healed. I am Durgan Oakenshield, a life cleric of the Morning Lord, and though me clan might nae always walk beside me, I'll carry the light adon whatever is needed, for in every heart there's a spark of life waiting to be set free.
I'm Farron Mock. I grew up in Havid, where I existed under the tutelage of my two conflicting parents. My father is an elven sorcerer who gained his power from the Black Moon of Umbra. My mother is also a sorcerer, but she's human, and her power comes from Lucida, the Bright Moon. When I turned 12, I went through the gifting ceremony where I would receive my own powers of sorcery from one of the moons, but something went wrong. Now I exist in a state of division. Half elf, half human, half Umbra, half Lucida. I've never felt like I belonged. And honestly, It's put a pretty big chip on my shoulder. The only person who's ever accepted me for who I am is my dwarven companion, Durgan. He doesn't judge. That's why he's my chosen companion for my trip to Ice's End. While I have to go for my training as a diplomat, I'm really hoping to learn more about the power of the two moons. Maybe then I can embrace one and become whole.
I am Gira of Clan Shikani. My people are nomadic warriors. We follow the food and the fights. We are made up of orcs, humans, and Toka, half of each, as I am. My father is Hawk, a man of the forest, the fields, and the wind. My mother is a Gruma the Fierce, an honored orc warrior of the clan. Courage, honor, strength, skill. This is what it means to be part of the clan. When a young one becomes grown, they go on their kereki. You call it pilgrimage. It is to seek knowledge, skill, or experience to bring back to clan. This is necessary to make clan stronger, better. My Gareki focus is weapon knowledge. To become a master fighter and a worthy mate of my heart's choice.
I have the honor of being Artexia Silverfrond, of a lineage that stretches back some 40,000 years. Indeed, my line began with the immortal leader of the elven people, and they came to the world of High Terra. Her title is Her Wisdom. It's not really much to live up to, is it? Thankfully, my grandmother left the capital of Ice's End and sought to return to the ancient ways of the Great Mother, who some call Gaia. She felt the elves of the grand cities had drifted too far from our ancestors' ideals of living in harmony with nature and honoring the Great Mother in quiet daily ways. She was not alone in this. Without any design to do so, she became first a known figure, then a leader of the forest-dwelling community I would come of age within. I have always followed my own path, seeking balance in all things. Each in its season is the beating heart of the understanding of Gaia that I know. I now also know that I am chosen, blessed with power directly from the Great Mother, and it was revealed in the battle for our freaking lives. In this cursed land that is now our prison, that balance is not so easy to see. Here I have only my own blood to remind me of home. What is this terrible presence I sense on the edge of my intuition? Is it the Dreadlord from the letter we found? The Strahd von Sarovich? Or something greater still? Yet another mystery to be solved if we ever want to leave this dreaded place. To die here would be unthinkable, so far away from the mother's embrace. I will walk the forest of my birth once more, even if I must tear my way across the entirety of this alien domain. Lunara Invicta!
Welcome back, faraway friends. We're diving right back in. Okay. So after that uplifting, very special episode,
Happy occurrences.
Darkeport versus Strahd.
Let's check in.
Why are these
Let's check in and see
tissues
how they're
still
doing.
here? Go ahead, move them. I don't need them.
Feeling good.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say y'all get out of the house.
Well, so I did want to know whether or not we were able to find any books for McGathy to learn from,
yes,
if
you
at
did
all.
mention
Well, he
that
has.
last.
I mean, no, he does. No, he still has the grimoire that was in the chest that direwolf Artexia blew up. He just has not had a chance to study it.
You don't have to mention all of it. It's fine. Mistakes were
That
made.
time that our Texia went inside that thing.
And then,
then
oddly
blew it
enough,
up.
I asked if they happen to have their hands on any rubies. So if they know such a thing.
They do exist, and Ismark even says that there actually is a place to scavenge and mine for them not far from here.
Ho ho.
But yes, you set off a little behind schedule.
Just a
There
smidge.
have been a few incidences, and
What time of day are we?
finally disembark. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
finally embarking on this trip. It's coming up on gray light. It's not quite there yet. It's like late morning. What would be late morning? And as Mark says, to the falls. I think we can still make it to the falls, but we have to go. And because you have enough food, you have enough water. You're not going to have to forage or anything. You can just, once you are underway, you can just go, and all of you are healthy and strong. Ismark looks at you, Durgan. This boy, what is your thought? As you kind of get to that central four-way in the village.
I'm trying to save his life.
Aye.
Well, if we can get him to someplace less deadly and less enthralled by whatever's
Bye, lady.
happening to him in your village, the better. I don't know if there's some place that might take him in, whether he has to work it off or... I don't know. All I know is that leaving him there was a death sentence. So
And
even if he dies on the road, at least he's going to have a chance. And that's all I can offer sometimes.
you see Sasha staring ahead. I think maybe Lucian. You remember you've been in the church before, yes? Mm-hmm. And Sasha looks at you now with those remarkable high amber gold-flecked eyes. How much do you trust how much do you think there is of him, of Father Donovich?
Narrowly, someplace like a church would be good. I don't know. He's going to be struggling to win himself back. But if I hear what you're saying, that maybe Father Donovan take him in.
Because y'all can see the church. You're at this crossroads, basically. I mean, it's a little wonky, but you can see the church. You can see you're going to pass by the pie cart, on your way out of town. You can see the Blood of the Vine Tavern is right here. And Ismark says, Durgan, you're guided by the Mining Lord. You are deep in his grace. The decision is thine. But my brother raises a good point. You also, I'm willing to put him under my aegis of protection, though, too, and we take our chances on the road. But we need to make a decision.
Not to be sentimental, but the guy just lost his son. Maybe having a child to care for would do him some good.
It might. Be frank with me. Just how dangerous is this trek going to be? All right. Lucian, come talk to Maisel.
He trots up to you.
Do you know Father Donovan?
Donovich.
Sorry. Do you know Father Donovich from the church?
I do. We used to, a long time ago, we used to go there and the light of the Morning Lord would shine from his hands, but we haven't been there in a long time now.
Would you go with me to talk to him?
Yeah.
I think let's go talk to him.
And Morgathi, all right, if you're going to do that, and he's all hot to trot, we need to get to the edge of town. You need to hurry your little ironclad self up, and take someone with you so that you don't get jumped again. Someone who's not Lady Silverfrond, and we'll wait for you. We'll wait for you there.
I'm happy to keep you on track because we need to get this done.
It's still the right thing to do, and you know it. Let's go.
Yes, she's vile enough to do the trick. Well done.
So we're still in the Donovich. I mean the
In the town.
back at the house that we were at.
No,
or-
you guys have left, and you're at the
At the crossroads.
Like right in the
basically
middle of the town.
Yeah.
Okay. So back at the house before we left, I would have had time to like rinse the pie off me. Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
No, you gotta go that
Okay.
way.
I'm
Yeah.
just like sticking to myself at this
You're gonna
point.
smell us coming, baby.
All right, great. Okay, go on. Sorry.
No, these things are important. So you're not just covered in pie. All right. So the bulk of the party makes its way to the edge of town. You pass by the infamous pie cart, which now is just all the villagers that know of it that were addicted, which is a good percentage of them, have just descended on this thing like locusts.
It's like an anthill.
Yeah, just
crawling
that's
with
a
hungry
better
people.
one. Yeah, just and they're ripping the cart up
Freaking zombies.
and trying to lick the cart. And, yeah,
Hi, zombies.
you're not wrong. And you and Farron trot back there. This has been an eventful day.
Yeah. It started with a funeral.
It started with a funeral,
Yeah.
and then you had a crazy fight. I mean, this is all on the same day, y'all. So you get back. You do hear someone, presumably Father Donovich, hauling furniture around, and you see that he is already, instead of trying to hide anything, like behind the church or in the cemetery, he's piling the shattered furniture outside. And it looks like he's trying to make it some sort of almost a funeral pyre, where he's stacking it and linking it in there, and you can start to smell some sort of incipient ritual that's going to happen.
If they're gonna have an exchange, Farron will be walking through, almost just double checking that she doesn't see anything nefarious in there.
That's more than fair.
Nefarious.
Go ahead and make a, you know what, in anticipation of that, Caitlin, go ahead and make an investigation check as you wander through.
15?
15? Okay. Quite the contrary. It looks like he's taken the time that you've been, and he's been hard at work scrubbing the blood. And what he's decided to do is, because there was so much destruction in there, he's pulled everything to the sides, and he's just going to start fresh, trying to lay things, see what's salvageable, see what's not. He's already pulling that out, and then the pieces that can be put back in place. You see him trying to arrange them neatly.
Wherever it may fall in their conversation, once she's seeing that, she would send Durgan a message and just say, it seems like he's coming too.
Okay. You come up and you see the large father dragging one of the splintered pews out as it hits the steps.
I'm gonna just walk up and start helping him carry it.
Huh? He's mildly surprised to see you, but doesn't really say anything. And then you take it over and he slots it in. I didn't expect to see you here again so soon, but has there been trouble?
Nothing new. Well, at least nothing new to the town, new to me, perhaps. Are you familiar with what's been going on with He sounds so silly to say it. Magical pies in the town.
And far from looking amused, you see just shame on his face. I am aware, yes.
That boy over there. His name is Lucian.
He's one of the Jarkov children, I think.
They were enthralled. They traded him for more pies.
Has it come to that already?
And I couldn't leave him there. He was tied up. He was being taken away by the one distributing those things.
What do you mean already? As if he's seen it before.
Oh no, you were.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You were back
We're
here.
also
I'm like, this suspicious. Come on.
Father, I know you've lost a lot recently. And in some ways he has too.
More than I have.
I think
I'm a grown man who gave away the favor of the Morning Lord, Durgan. I'm under no illusion of the graveness of my faults.
he could really use a place to be, a place to stay, a place to find himself.
He could really use a chance.
Aye. And I'm about to hit the road, and where we're going isn't going to be safe for someone like him. It's not going to be safe for any of us.
I don't believe the child would survive that trip. And you see him doing
And if I may be honest, Father,
children do, just playing and kind of investigating.
maybe it's a second chance for both of you. He's a boy that needs to love.
I cannot ask for that kind of thing, but perhaps it has arrived at my very doorstep nonetheless.
The boy named Lucin.
Light.
Aye.
Lucian. Would you like to help me clean the church? Are you going to tie me to anything? Not at all. He stops and thinks.
So Lucin, he's what, 7?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll kneel next down anyway, even if I'm a little bit shorter than him now. You said you knew the good father here.
We all do.
He's a good man, and he'll make sure that you're taken care of. And he needs your help. Can you give it to him?
Why did you stop making the light from your hands? Because I was very foolish, but I believe I can make the light again.
And you can help him.
Yeah, it would be good to help somebody.
Farron's trotting back out to
Okay.
where they
Yeah,
are.
and you would send the message.
Done
at
my
this point.
full inspection and sent the message.
And he'll put his hand on Lucian's chest. That's a good lad.
He smiles at you. Okay. What do we do? And he runs over there. Bye.
Hey, kid, hold on a sec. Farron will go over where he is now a little bit. Is he out of earshot of Durgan?
Potentially. Potentially. He's kind of in this middle space, yeah, between them. He looks up at you.
She gets down on his level for the first time and makes eye contact with him for the first time.
His gaze goes away and he shrinks from you but doesn't run.
Hey, kid. You wanna know something crazy? My parents gave me up. They were too interested in other things to take care of me.
They eat pies too?
Different kind of pie. But look, she'll hold up her hand and she just uses like prestidigitation to like make a cool little spark show happen, like mini fireworks in front of his face. I can still do cool stuff. And I've had a pretty interesting life till I got here, of course. So I guess am I trying to say? It might not be all right, but if it's not all right, it's not because of your parents. You don't need them.
You're weird, and he runs away from you.
Oh.
And this is why I don't bother. He walks back over.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. That's like a 24.
Just as he reaches the father, he looks over his shoulder at you.
Hmm.
And then looks back.
Should give him a little.
Okay. And you are now well and truly on the road. When you come back, minus a Lucian, Ismark just kind of grunts and nods. It's obvious what the conclusion to that was.
It's not. Nothing's for certain in life, but I think it was the right choice.
I know it was. Although, as long as it does not endanger my brother, in any way that counts, I consider you the voice of the Morning Lord here. And so you start walking, and you settle into a nice adventurer's groove.
On our way back from the church, while it was still just me and Durgan, we had dropped off the boy. I would have shared with him as well while we were alone about seeing Kashtari and believing that she was
actively
looking for me.
Actively searching. Yeah. Okay.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know that now. Okay, that's good, Kaylin. Oh wait, I don't have to strain my poor little eyes. I have the full. Where did I put the full map here? Maybe I do have to strain my little eyes because I'm disorganized. I have it around here though. Boop. All right.
Can we clarify? Was his name Lucian or Lucian?
I think I said both.
It kind
Tomato,
of
tomato.
it kind of depends on who's saying it, but the way they're saying it is Lucian.
Just making an old joke.
I know we are. I know. Hi, Toby.
A shout out to my hubby.
Yeah.
No sea salt.
Right.
So
That's his middle name.
it doesn't take you long to get out obviously outside of the village, and you find yourselves on this on a grassy plain, although the forest line is close enough that you can also clearly see that you're horribly exposed right now. I mean, anybody in Ravenloft, it should be too far to see you for normal eyes, but you know, no roll needed. You kind of know that's not the case. They must surely. A creature as formidable as Strahd von Zarovich has his ways of monitoring and seeing what he wants to see. Mm-hmm. And in that first hour or so that you're marching along, you start to feel at least some of the bizarreness of this place and all. I mean, think about all the different things you've done and all the different people you've seen and all that. Start to melt away a bit because all of you are experienced. Well, all of the characters are experienced travelers. Phineas too, and you can almost smell Morgathi plotting his vengeance for your earlier words.
He's trying to be nice,
but instead. He's just there's kind of a low grade griping and grousing going on from him.
Typical.
Was made to be an academician, not a beast of burden. And because all of you have, you have supplies right now, and Ismark, and then you later on had dug up and made sure that you have food, water skins, cloaks, probably bedrolls, etc. Because it's going to be quite a little trip.
Is visibility decent enough? Like we don't need torches or...
For now. As you're walking and you see this is here's a gray light. So this is the blazing glory of high noon, Barovia style. Is essentially
Hope you packed your sunscreen, kids.
a lot of gray. And the light is just dismal, filtered in through the ever-present fogs. So there's never really, even though this is a quote-unquote clear day, it's never really clear. There's still, the sight distances are bad.
How far ahead can we see, or around us?
At best, I mean, I'm thinking about the heavy crossbow. I think the max range on that is 400, if I'm remembering correctly. So kind of at the farthest edge of like conventional missile fire, but there's no seeing for miles, unless you have some sort of special abilities that would permit that. Which makes Castle Ravenloft all the more bizarre, because you can't really see the details on it. You just see this monstrous creature almost squatting like a malignant toad on top of the mountain.
So if I was an animal like a hawk or something right now that had like perception via eyesight, it was like higher.
I would probably look at that differently, yeah.
Okay.
And also, you don't know exactly how high the fog up. You might be able to rise above the worst of it. You're not sure.
Okay.
Not sure. But after roughly an hour, you start to get to a slightly marshier climate where the ground begins to soften. And there's some sort of sluggish river going on. And as you arrive at the river Ivlis, which Ismark would tell you, the name is Ivlis. I think we established that Artexia, you have the highest passive perception.
I have 6.
Group, so you have a 16 total.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
yeah, 16. At some point, one of them's going to fail that, but let me just see how deep. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. You gradually. This is so different from another group that I'm running right now, because y'all don't have a ranger.
No, we don't.
And you're moving. I assume you're moving at like a good pace, but you're not moving at a reckless pace, where things can catch you unawares.
Yeah, correct.
No, I think especially after the day we've already had.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm not even sure how far we would want to travel.
Well, you have to get to Zer. He does not want to get caught up.
Says at least these falls.
Yeah, at least to the
We're
falls.
not leisurely because we need to get to shelter.
Yeah, you don't not want to get caught out
So-
at night.
Yeah.
Knowing that, I mean, because Ismark's going to have to tell us how fast we need to move in order to get there, especially before dark, if at all possible.
He sets like a good Marine Corps march base. I mean, where it's
So we're huffing it.
some of the other characters. Several times you can. Those of you who are more interpersonally perceptive see Sasha want to whine, start whining because he's talks about how hot it's. It's hot, and yep, and then a little bit later on, it's still hot, because he's tugging at the breastplate and.
Oh yeah.
And he's not. No.
He's not used to any of that.
No. Remember what Mother taught you. I know, but it was more fun when she was teaching us. That's right. Well, here we are. And
Gira's gonna start humming something.
okay.
Like there's no words or anything. It's just one of the humming marches. She knows to kind of make it a little bit more fun, but not
Distracting.
not distracting, not too loud. She still has that kind of like don't give away your position totally.
Make a performance roll.
How good is this song?
I would say, and I'll tap along to the beat with her, but just just a little bit, just to
We gotta amuse ourselves somehow.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
With advantage because Artexia is giving you a backbeat.
There you go.
Sweet.
Roll.
She's your drummer.
Oh, that's a little bit better. 11.
Sasha shows you his youth by he's like leaning in and he's hoping that there's going to be more to the song. And then after a while,
It just repeats.
No.
It's easy to learn.
It's easy to learn.
Join in.
and Artexia, you keep glancing back, and you're like looking, and you can almost feel something at the edge, pulled back to the very edge of the fog. But then when you turn, it's not there. And then finally, you're forced to slow down a bit as you encounter the river. This river flows as clear as the blue winter sky through the valley. And as you approach, let's see, that's Crossroads. Just a second here. Right, okay, no description there. Ignore for now what you may or may not be seeing on the map, depending on how producer Sydney's shooting this. But there are arching stone bridges that span this river that you get to. Is running a bit sluggishly, and it looks like it's roughly 50 feet, maybe a little bit less in some points, maybe a little bit more,
The river, not the
river.
bridge. Okay.
Yeah. Bridge being a little bit longer, of course, than that, so that it can set in. And as you get to this bridge, you're seeing creatures that you think now, as you're putting this together, Artexia, you think that they spotted you at some point and they've run ahead. And now you see them collected around the bridge.
To the other side of it.
No, on this side of it.
Oh.
Preventing you from going onto the bridge.
Oh, like they were behind us. And
Yeah.
They've circled
they were-
around us.
Oh, okay.
As we learned in Saturday morning cartoons, ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
And you see a large, handsome gray fellow, a wolf.
My type of man.
Actually.
With a muscle rippling under the glossy coat. Pacing,
He's a buff wolf.
pacing back and forth. And then there's a sleek
How you doing?
black version,
Damage.
maybe a she-wolf, who is behind him.
Sorry, he's taken.
And then behind them
It's time to
is quite a collection
So is it almost like
dark
triangle
wolves.
formation?
and gray wolves.
Just a bunch of them.
Those two are pacing like almost opposite each other, and the lead has fixed its yellow eyes on you.
Don't I have animal handling +4?
And it looks like there is a large pack beyond them, but they've basically dug in and they've tried to conceal their numbers to some extent by hiding behind bushes, digging into the dirt. And I'm going to let you, since this has been going on for a while, since you're about an hour out from the village now, make a nature check.
$18. Okay.
Nice. It's your fault for giving me a yummy drink.
Is it boba?
No, he just likes the ice.
This was the
Oh, the blueberry?
I want to say rhubarb, but
Not more rhubarb. Angel went nuts.
that's just the fruit part of it. So these are wolves. You even think that these may be quote unquote natural wolves, but they have clearly developed along very different lines from their High Terran counterparts. Because wolves in High Terra, much like in real life, don't just attack people. And these wolves seem to be highly intelligent. I mean, like I said, they're digging in the ground to hide themselves.
Setting up an ambush.
They're effectively setting up an ambush. And so they're operating at quite a high level of cunning. And these two, probably a mated pair, are just daring you And as you're watching, the wolf marks the ground coming up to the bridge.
Like with pee-pee?
I take only a few steps forward in front of my group near me, and I slightly bow, and I ask if we can pass.
And you see the snout twitching and curling up.
We mean you no harm or bad intent. We simply need to pass and get through.
How close do y'all, how close do you get? I'll let you determine this.
I only take a few feet away from them. I don't want to get super, super, super close. Not even halfway to them. Only so that way I'm more in front of my
Just
people.
barely separate.
Yeah.
So if you see them, let's say they're, how far would your voice carry? I don't know, maybe 60, 70 feet or something?
I'm a
Okay,
loud
so you
bitch.
just see your set. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Let's say 60 feet out. Okay. Fair enough. And you just hear a.
Listen, we can either do this peacefully or not, but either way, we have to get through. I'd rather not. Is there a reason we cannot come through? Can you not speak with how intelligent you obviously are?
Ismark looks down at his brother, and
Steady.
I don't want to really take my eyes off of him but I barely give a glance back to almost like a reassuring, like I'm gonna shift into a wolf now at this point. Yeah.
I'm gonna let you make one intimidation check
Okay.
Get them scared him.
Okay.
as you're having this classic stare
I
down.
pray for guidance.
Guidance!
It's happening too quickly.
Okay.
But you'll have guidance up for the next thing.
14 plus whatever. I don't know what you said.
Intimidation.
Intimidation.
Oh, 1.
15.
15.
It's not bad.
You heard them. 15.
He blinks first.
Ah, nice. You scared him.
Sweet.
You scared it.
Okay.
Girl, you
But
scared it.
his mate
Oh.
does not.
Oh.
She said, nah,
Yeah,
man.
you beat and she comes right as he starts to turn away. She comes right up next to him, and there's just fury in her eyes. And they're rising up from the dirt.
And oh my god. Go on.
Alexia,
And they
I'm
start-
calling her back to us.
And they okay. And we're in combat rounds.
Yeah, in that moment, I change into my
Okay.
my wolf. Dire wolf.
Everyone, go ahead and roll for initiative.
Actually, no. I want to do the bear. I think.
You want to do the bear?
Yeah.
She's like, I'm bigger than you.
Well, you get an extra
God.
hit, right? An extra attack if you're the bear.
Absolutely up to you.
Yes, can smell. Multi-attack. The bear makes 2 attacks. One is his bite, and then the other is a claws.
Okay, so
But there's
what do
no pack tendencies. Okay, I'll be a dire wolf. That's fine.
give me wow, Morgathi. Okay.
He wants to go first today.
He really wants to go first. What does
Yes, girl, give us nothing. Do nothing. Morgathi.
I got an 20.
You got a nat 20?
Oh shit.
Yeah, this is a good fight to do that in.
I was gonna
Okay.
say, wasn't I supposed to roll my bad?
So that
yeah.
is
I think I got
23
distracted.
total.
What's your
with that.
initiative?
Have a roll off with Morg.
It's up at the top.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Do
you.
I add the initiative again?
No,
or
it's
is
just
this
it's just a
straight
flat roll. Yeah.
12.
You got it.
Okay.
Okay, so Gira's probably going first, yeah.
Morgathi's pouting.
Gira.
He wanted a 15.
and then roll for Finny. You got a total of 15 on a dex roll? Okay. Yeah, on initiative you had your dex if you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
You did. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh wait.
That's a 6 total.
6 on-
I have his 4
Plus
plus
4.
4 written
Yep.
down.
Yep. Okay, so 6 total for Finn.
2.
So it says initiative right here. That I mean, that's
the same.
Oh, okay.
It's the same.
Yeah.
You add that to the.
Yeah. For you, it's always going to be the same. There are some classes, Kenzie, that get extra bonuses for initiative, so that's why they have it that way.
I also got a 6. So
You also got a 6.
Finny might need
Okay,
to
do a roll off
roll.
for Finny.
Okay.
It's a 10 this time on the die.
It's a 3.
Okay, so you're going first. 6. That is you.
Why was that dice so bad?
Finny and Farron, F and F. Durgan, when are you going?
Just like getting to the center of a Tootsie Pop. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, wow. Our initiative.
Durgan, what do you do? Oh, 1. You're at 6 as well?
3.
Oh, you're at 3? Oh. Okay, that's rough.
The world may never know.
Okay.
The world may never
And the
know.
wolves are ensconced right in the... They didn't roll great, but right in the center of all that. Actually...
We get to finally see Ismark.
I will roll for Ismark, too.
Let's see if he knows what to do.
See if you can
with
keep concentration with Ismark swinging around his sword.
See if he's impressive or dog chow.
Swing it on.
Or Doc Chow. Yeah, does he get turned into a chew toy, Justin? Okay, Gira. The way that I want to run this, you still have some distance, so I might, because I do want to have a battle map for this eventually. So I might teleport you there after they close the distance, depending on what you do. So tell me, what do you do?
She's fought wolves before.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a very clear thing. These might be different wolves.
These are smarter.
She's fought Terran wolves.
Yeah.
Or High Terran wolves. She knows, at least in general, they're going to use tactics together, and the only way to beat them, if we split up, we're all gonna get pounced on.
They're gonna get picked
So
you off.
she's
Yeah.
immediately going to say, "Stick together, backs together," or something along those lines.
The very first thing they're gonna try to do, is flank you.
They're gonna
and then try
surround
to
us
pull you
all,
down. Yeah.
probably. But at least if we're all together, then we have better chances than spreading out.
That's
So she's gonna be thinking along that line.
okay.
And shield up and pretty much say that. So it's more like ready and attack action.
Okay, so as soon as they come at you, whatever the first one is.
So she's not going to move ahead. At least not yet.
I'm gonna back up into them, still staying in front, and I guess we'll all like kind of star around each other back to back. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
At least that's how she starts doing things.
Yeah.
so.
Do they work like a
No, I agree.
swarm, too,
I agree.
Or do we have to pick them up one
Yeah,
at a time?
Time.
How many are there?
Beforehand.
I don't like them.
They don't like us either.
We're getting dogpiled.
All right. Yeah.
I know the jokes
And
are rough.
Ismark has a mini now, too.
Ismark does have. Ismark
Are you gonna kick your ass?
They didn't even hear
Oh,
that.
that reminds me. I still need to get those really
Wait,
big
what?
minis.
I,
Right.
I know. The jokes are rough.
The jokes are...
Rough.
Oh, yes, dial up the dad jokes. You haven't done enough dad jokes.
There
today.
you.
Guys are having too much. No, you can't have that much fun at the table. Goddammit.
I gotta keep my spirits up because I'm scared.
Right?
I don't want to get eaten by wolves.
So
That's a lot of wolves.
I just plan to die happy.
I'm gonna for consolidation purposes. I'm gonna bring you all forward, but my ranged people will have a chance. I'll give you one round of basically free activity on them. Okay, as they're charging.
Love that.
Okay, so Gira, I'm just gonna kind of nominally. Let's make sure we have enough room. I'm gonna nominally put you here. I'm assuming you're toward the front
Yeah.
of your group. Yeah.
I hear the battle music.
Ismark is after Morgathi, but before the wolves, so he's essentially gonna. You know what? He does have a big, fat, heavy crossbow, so he has enough time
so
to
he'll start with that.
He has enough time to get one shot off with that, and then he forms up with you.
Okay.
And Morg.
Well, he could keep doing that and hide behind my shield.
He's not gonna do that.
No.
Doesn't sound like him.
Gold base
She's used to
on
it, though.
Yeah.
It'll be
She
interesting
did
to
it.
see
She
how
did it
he
beautiful.
fights.
If you want,
Oh, yeah, that is so good.
We do.
This is the guy that they're.
Yep.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, that's wonderful.
We'll have to set up maybe for the next fight. We'll break out the battle cam so you can really see these.
Yeah.
I have, I have a little video where everybody can see the mini better, but
Wanna
I
post
didn't
that?
download it to our files
See
yet.
this boy.
Looks beautiful. She did a
Need to
great
do
job.
that. Maybe next.
Angel, you painted this so well.
I know. I did such a great. I know. I did
That's how
such
this is your
a,
handiwork.
such a great job. Our
good?
Texia, you are also moving. You're actually moving before Ismark.
Just
You're shifting. You're shifting into a bear. Into a bear.
No. I did the wolf. I
you did.
I
Oh,
thought
you
I
did
was looking
the
at
wolf.
pack
Okay.
tendencies. Yeah.
Okay.
Because we quite the pack.
And if they're essentially going to be spreading out around you and trying to engulf you, where do you want to be?
So I was in front already.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna back into them. So basically, yeah.
You're just going to take up a crap ton of space.
Right.
Okay.
It's like we're just kind of encircling Sasha or something.
That's kind of what I was
I mean,
thinking.
that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yes, they're small.
I do not
Protect the
have.
small.
Doesn't, I mean, it's our understanding he has very little,
Combat experience.
I mean, he might know how to use the.
probably no combat experience.
He might know how to use the rapier, but this is a life or death battle. Yeah.
And he can stick it in between people. That'll probably actually come in handy.
And Ismark, just barks out, Sasha, behind us. And Sasha's gonna fall in. I almost don't want to use. I reprinted this mini because I made Sasha too big and I made him too aggressive. So
That's okay, you have him made.
but I'll just put him here so we know where he's at. Tempted to abstract him with a little. You know what?
A little guy.
I'll just. Where's the?
Yeah, where's
There
Skinny?
it is. Actually. So this is going to be Sasha for this fight. Just abstracted out. See,
Okay.
he's there. Yep.
Just a
One's a
little
baby.
yellow globy bit.
Here's
Okay.
reverted to his
So let me get some of these attacks
base
out.
form of magic.
He's changed.
Yes, he's been he's transformed.
Well, at least it's not a toad.
Okay, Ismark manages to drill the eager one. It's pretty good. Doesn't down it, but you hear it as the bolt just goes into its body pretty deeply into the shoulder, and impedes its running.
Which one did he shoot?
Just whoever the fastest one that was running at you was. To slow that down, and you've shifted. You're going to hold, and then you'll get your attacks in. They're running up, but that's basically all they're doing. So Farron, you have a round of activity before they get up on you.
Point of order, I just want to make sure that my mage armor is still up. I cast it when we were in the church before we went down to fight.
Yeah, you still got hours left on that.
Just
thing.
making sure, because I don't know quite how long we'd been on the road.
Yeah, that's like an 8-hour thing.
Yeah. I assume you're going to be toward the center
Yeah.
of your folks.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to try to be? You want to be here, or do you want to try to be like inside?
She's gonna lean more toward being inside just because she's a little afraid, considering she knows she is not at her best fighting ability right
That's
now.
true. Okay.
And she's gonna try to send out an arrow. She's gonna try
Okay.
and utilize her more tactile fighting skills.
Okay. Go for it. Don't worry, Theron. I'll protect you.
I missed it.
He goes up.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so that is a 21 to hit.
Okay. Do you want to go after the fastest one? The
Yeah,
same
whatever
one
seems like it's
the same one
gonna
that
be
Ismark
hitting us
drilled.
first.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
That's gonna be 7.
Nice. Okay. That one, even though you don't have nearly his strength, you placed it just right. I mean, dead center between the eyes, and you've eliminated that one.
Guess I'm not completely
With that little victory, I
useless.
give
Well
a little.
done.
Oh!
I forgot. I thought you were a bear for a second. I was like,
So Finny is going to keep you. Finny's going to be here to attack whatever comes around to you. And okay, you hear Morgathi sigh, and he rolls his eyes, but he dutifully closes up, so it's harder to get to Sasha. So they're going to have to wrap completely around to get him.
okay.
To get to him, and Morgathi says,
Where's Durgan?
"Oh, what's up?
Oh yeah, where is Durgan?
Oh, baby
Durgan's
Durgan.
mini.
Durgan. We have a Durgan. Let's just play.
Roll call.
Because you haven't. Because you haven't
Durgan.
gotten to
Roll
it yet.
call.
I'll keep him up here so that I don't forget.
Cheerleaders.
He looks down on us from above. He's communing with the Morning Lord.
All right.
It's like Thor with that hammer.
Radiar! Expellere!
Oh, you know he's got his
That was
happy on.
dope.
And
Actually,
These are
effective.
undead. Hey.
I know, he's finally like, about time I could do something.
Does it have a pulse? Does it have
so you have not seen him with this magic. Remember this, where he was trying to spark? So actually, probably Radiar Expellere. And
3 sparks.
the first one, as this ray comes out, scorches the crap out of that one, and you see its chest blacken. He'll probably shoot. No, gestured. So that's another one who's fried. And there's a smoking corpse before that one gets to you.
Noise.
And then there's a third one.
Go more, Gabby.
Almost. Okay. That one is badly injured. And he's still going to have another round of activity because they're gonna run, but he's going to have initiative on them again. Okay. All right. So instead of he hasn't drawn the sword yet, then he continues to try to gather up the arcane energies. They're motes of crazily twirling and spiraling fiery embers around his fingers as he's trying to keep himself basically fresh, and ready to do it again. Finny from that distance is probably in the same boat as you, Gira. And then that's everybody. Durgan, are you going to do something from distance, or do you want to ready and hit them once they're on you?
That is a standard action, or is that is a full action? Because can I do something with bonus action?
If you ready an action, that's basically what you're doing, but you can bonus. I mean, yeah, you have a round of activity before they get to you.
Then yes, I will ready to hit them as they come in, and I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Spiritual.
Okay.
Bonus.
If you use,
From the sky.
I'm gonna say, let's see, could you still ready an action? Because ready an action is, I think, basically counts as both your reaction and your main action. I'm gonna say you can do that, and actually I should have. I'll wait till the end of the episode or a different time to get that rules clarified because I want to get that on camera. Okay, so the hammer shimmers into being.
Okay. I want to bring the hammer down.
And you.
Go down.
Can you cast? That's a bonus action, so you should be able to attack with that. Or no, how is it worded?
So you create a floating spectral weapon within range that lasts for a duration until you cast the spell again. When you cast the spell, you can make a melee spell attack against.
When you cast the spell, okay, yeah, go for
5
it.
feet of the weapon.
Yeah, go for it. There is an injured one on deck that he badly scorched. If you want to go after that one.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Like whack-a-wolf with
Yeah.
a big old hammer.
Wolf.
Yep. Okay, go ahead and make that spell attack on it.
Heat him.
Nickelodeon.
There are a lot of wolves, y'all, so you need to whittle them down before they get on you.
Yeah.
We gonna get him.
That is going to be a 22 AC.
Correct. Okay.
8 damage.
8 damage. That is a split
Wolf
head.
guts.
Yep. That is a split head. Okay, you're piecing them up pretty well. They get to you, Gira. Go ahead and make your ready to action as they clash into you and they leap up and try to start dragging you down.
I have 1 on me or 2 or.
You're gonna have a lot. Basically, I'll start placing them now. So these were the darker ones, and then these are the gray ones.
Okay.
And basically, as they're hitting you from here, they're flowing all around.
Jeez.
I would like to use my shield to kind of protect one side of me,
Okay.
and then with my with my battle axe, I'm going to use a superiority die as Battlemaster.
Yay!
And I'm going to do a sweeping attack. So as long as my attack hits one of them,
That's a lot.
It sure is.
that is a lot. As long as my attack hits, you attempt to damage another creature with the same attack. So it's 1 attack roll.
That applies to both
I
of them.
choose a second creature within 5 feet of original target and within your reach. If original attack roll would hit second creature, it takes damage equal to the
Awesome.
superiority die.
Okay.
Nice.
You feel just a touch of your chosen essence. This is mainly skill, maybe 80% skill, but there's a little extra there. Well, because you actually do more damage with this. So you feel it flow into the weapon as an extension of yourself. You finally understand what your battle masters talked about all their lives about the weapon becoming just a part of you, not a tool anymore, just an extension of your body. You feel it as you bring it down. I assume the two closest ones.
Yes.
There. Okay. So you expend one of the superiority die and
If
roll.
my attack hits, yeah.
Oh, so you don't have to expend it,
I have to make sure it hits first.
and then you expend. That's even better.
When you hit a creature with a melee attack, you expend one superiority
Perfect.
die to
So
attack.
you don't have to
Waste
commit.
it.
You don't
That's
have to
nice.
commit the die right until you
Right,
hit.
so that's what I'm going to
That's good.
try to do,
There's really no reason never to
And I
not
failed
use that
it.
then.
Yeah.
Finding more than one.
unless an 8 hits.
Okay.
They can't be that hard to hit.
It jukes under, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, you get the point still. That's nice.
And that was a reaction, so that's probably everything.
Yeah, that uses my reaction and
Inspiration.
main action. Because I did look that up, and yeah, readying an action uses
does.
the
Yep.
reaction to help ready it.
Yep, it does.
I don't really want to use my bonus action stuff other than bonus action as a second attack is really just an offhand, correct?
Yes, and you have
It's not-
and you have your shield right now.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, then that's
That's a
all
turn.
I can do at the moment.
and remember, this is this initial rush, so they're not going to get to attack you. You guys are still going to run through. Everybody who rolled better than them, which was a good chunk of the group, is still
Okay.
going to get to have activity. Okay, and then on that bum rush round, Finny
This is everybody who held an action.
is next to Artexia.
So yeah, you also did that.
Yeah, so as they run up,
Sounds like he's still going in the same order.
as they run up, yeah, because Durgan, you're dead last, unfortunately, and
Yeah, well, that's
No,
what I
it's-
get for rolling well.
It's a pun on words. You're not actually dead. It's fine.
it happens. I will look it up later.
Pun on words.
I'm pretty sure it's just your main action. I'm pretty sure you can do that. Why don't you roll with Finny? Like just roll at the same time. So as you're attacking the one
okay.
that's
Oh.
running up on you. Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah. Nice. Okay.
Is going to be a 14 AC.
Rock. Okay. That's a
Okay.
smashed snout.
4, I believe. I didn't check the
Smashed
damage.
snout. I need more die 6 up here. God, he's murderous.
Actually, no. It is more than just the die. So that's 8 damage.
For which one?
The one I.
And this was a physical attack.
Yes,
This is your
sorry.
held action.
I'm
Okay.
getting dumb. One
Yep.
second. That's actually 6 damage.
6. Okay.
Still good.
Yep.
No, the spiritual thing actually does spell bonus,
Yep. It does.
which I did not do earlier.
So he can't act on it this round, but you hear Fenny say, "Hey, Gira."
Know what that means?
He says, "I want you to."
It's Finny, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's like, "Hey, Gira, I want you to I want you to spare that short sword that we ran into. I just had a great idea."
Can she toss that to him?
Yeah. You have
quickly?
enough. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you never use your interact with object.
Okay,
So you
then
toss that.
she'll do that.
Okay.
What a very nonchalant way to say that in the middle
Sure.
of fucking battle.
He's a little crazy. He takes it, and as
You can probably make better use of it than she will.
as this wolf leaps up and was going to try to leap onto your rump,
Not the rump.
he waits there because he knows they can't see him behind your legs. He waits there, and as it jumps up, you see him just almost calmly. So it jumps, and he slashes its throat completely out.
Nice.
Wow, sick. Vinny?
And that one is gone.
On another
my
note,
boy.
I am now starting the clock on how long it takes for Finny to ask for a fastball special.
That is fair.
I really thought you were gonna say he went and stabbed in his butthole or something. I don't know. That's what I thought was gonna happen.
Okay, you have a ready to
You
action.
could try that too.
So you may take. This is a weird one because usually ready to actions. I know multiple attacks. It does not. You can't do that. But I think because technically even though it is multiple attacks, it's the multi-attack option. I think I will look this up later. I know I say that a lot. So just go ahead and make your normal attacks as the bear. Or no, sorry, you're going wolf.
Wolf.
You want wolf? Yeah.
What are you
Okay.
trying to figure
Full
out?
wolf.
Because I can look up rules for you if you want.
It's kind of a weird one.
Okay, so
Yeah, it sounds like
I
a
do
little hard to
two
explain,
D20s, and I take the higher of the two.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because you are indeed fighting next to one of your allies.
Yeah, my favorite ones, and I'm not scared. I'm not doing no tiny dice today. I'm not scared.
Nope.
I ain't afraid of nothing.
3 and 13. Okay, so we're doing 13.
13, which is +5, I think. For
Yeah, +5.
Yeah, okay, so
Plus
yeah,
5.
your jaws. You're fighting wolf on wolf violence, but your jaws are bigger. So you clamp down on one.
Right.
Go ahead and roll damage.
2d6 plus 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oof.
6 plus 3, so 9.
9. Okay. Badly injured, and it has to make a strength roll, I believe, because
Yeah.
you throw it on the ground. Mm-hmm. Okay, that one's prone. So I'll flip it over. Which one do you want to hit? Which one are you biting?
The one closest to the right that could no, in between the two. So yeah, that one. Yes.
That one. Okay, so
Yeah.
you have that in your jaw, and you're basically just slam it on the ground, and it's kicking around and thrashing and trying to fight you. Okay, so those were all the held actions. Now proper rounds, and they will get to go this round once it rolls around to their initiative. But Gira, you're up.
I'm gonna try my sweeping attack.
Still again, sweep.
Yeah, hoping to sweep. Yeah. That's going to be a 24 to hit.
Nice.
Whoosh.
Thank you.
Hold on that damage for just a second, because I messed up
Okay.
as the GM, because
Happens.
Ismark had a
Was
He
held
readied
action.
one too.
yeah, he did.
Did Sasha ready anything, or is Sasha freaking out?
Sasha's
Sasha's-
like, look at my pointy stick.
Sasha's like,
Sasha has the rapier out, but he doesn't really know what to do, and he's he's definitely not going to squeeze past anybody.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, as the things come up, as like I'll say this one on the corner ran up, it leapt. Ismark's batted it out of the air, and you see there's a spray of blood, and then before it can recover, as it gathers itself to leap again, he actually does a pretty nice skilled pivot and just demolishes its spine. And that one's gone. Okay, so now you land the blow.
Okay.
And you're going to hit, and same damage to both of them, yeah?
No. It's a normal weapon damage, 1d8 plus 3, which is going to be a 5. And then
Okay.
I roll a superiority dice, which is a separate d8.
On most of
And
those?
that's the damage on the second creature.
I'm pretty sure that superiority die gets to be added. I just don't want you to...
On this one?
I don't want you to cheat yourself, and I'm willing to look this up because we're going to be using this all the time. You guys are going to be outnumbered just constantly.
Oh, thanks. That's good to know.
Yeah.
I did kind of shorten the wording, so there might be something that I missed in there. I know their wording's a little funky sometimes.
To attempt to damage another creature. If the original attack would hit the second creature, it takes damage equal to on the superiority die. Okay, I take that back. You were correct.
So it's my understanding the first creature takes the normal weapon
You're correct.
damage. The second creature takes the superiority die.
In my defense, almost all of the other ones, you get to add the superiority
A
die
lot
to
of
the
them,
damage.
yes.
Yeah.
You get to add the superiority die to the
Okay.
original attack, but it's only attacking one creature.
So that one was 5, and then
So
you get
5 at the first one and 7 on the second.
okay. So the backdraft is actually worse than the original.
Yeah.
As you and both of those are pretty badly injured now. Do you want to do anything else?
Both of them are still upright.
Yep. You do have an action surge.
I do.
If
I
you-
only have one.
You do only have one.
And these are the little ones.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably gonna save something for a bigger one.
Okay. All right, and obviously you're not going to break ranks or move anywhere, so that's it.
Yep.
All right. And
Not all the tricks at once.
crap, they are on him now. Because if it's not a touch attack, then okay, Morgathi, seeing that those two are injured,
And emboldened by finally being able to do something.
Instead of and they're up on his face.
Where he's come from.
He puts an arm out, and like if you're gonna bite me, bite the arm. He looks over and he hears the yelps from the two of yours. Acidulous, and there's a little spray as there's a weird little undulating ball of acid, and it actually hits the two that you're fighting. Kind of skips lightly, but whew, nice.
Passes by me.
Nice. Yeah, it holds close because this is not to hit. This is a save on their part. They failed it. Otherwise, he's at disadvantage because they're on top of him, and he's using a ranged attack. So he manages to basically like skip stone it between you and Ismark.
Nice.
Okay.
And you see the first one that you'd already downed, the snout just gets ruined by this acid ball. Bubbles and gone.
Well done, Morgathi. Finally being useful.
And the second one,
No.
whew. Okay, a similar fate for this one.
Ooh, acid face.
Acid face. Okay.
Gear's gonna lock eyes with that gray wolf, like right there.
Okay. And now,
Stare it down.
Artexia, you're going.
Okay.
They'll finally get to go after this
Let's do it
Jeezaroo.
again.
You guys are beasting them up. Okay.
Good.
Is that a bloody one?
Yep, but you get to
Oh my
re-roll.
God, yeah.
Because of good old pack tactics.
Yay.
11. No, I haven't. I threw the 11 as the other one.
Oh, 11. Okay.
Yeah. So then plus 5, right?
16. Yeah, no, that's more than enough.
Oh, okay.
So you just crunch down on what's already in your jaws.
Yay for pack tactics.
Yep.
You're helpful.
It's a thing.
That's why I did that. 7 again.
That
Plus
is
5. So
that is
12.
a dead customer.
Yummy.
Snap.
12 again. What do you want? What do you want?
What?
Can I have the Kleenex?
Slide him around.
And all right, Ismark is not going to drop a shield
free
yet and go full
advertisement.
offense.
Okay, the tissue.
Been out there for a while, honestly.
Box of generic tissue.
Okay. This one leaps aside as Ismark slashes at the air, and he connects the second time though.
Get him, Ismark. Chop him up.
I don't think that takes it quite out. Nope. It's looking rough, but it's not out. You're screaming almost like humans. And then finally, the poor abused wolves get to attack.
Unfortunate soul.
See, you got it. Yeah. I'm
Right,
gonna
Ursula.
go ahead and start with Izzy. She fends it off with a shield.
Good job.
This one, though, as he's fending it off, does a very sly thing. It slides in, puts it in an unnatural attack. It puts its head next to the ground, slides in, hooks behind his knee.
Oh, shoot.
And you hear him,
This is on his mark.
yeah, on Ismark.
Not in the knee.
Ismark is the
that's
one
not
that flirts
fun.
with
Yes.
you, right? Okay.
That's
The
her.
older brother.
And Sasha is
The Burgomaster.
Sasha's the orange hair one, right? No. I mean, orange eyed? Yeah, orange haired.
Yeah, haired and
Green eyed.
amber-eyed.
Emma.
Yeah, golden eyed. Okay. Ooh. So you see it gets in, it punctures. Did I not write that down? All right, and it rakes around, and this is where you get to see the fact that he is kissed. He's got a tiny bit of that special quintessence in him, because it rakes across his femoral artery with a critical hit, and any normal man would be dead now. I mean, be bleeding out in seconds. But his leg is gushing blood, but he's still somehow up right now. Okay, and then
Where are the good berries at?
that one.
Just smush them all in there.
They're smart enough. I feel like that when he cries out, that one that was going to attack Morgathi goes after Ismark as well.
Jesus Christ.
But he manages to, even in the middle of that, he slams his shield down, manages to dislodge the one that was about to finish him, and even get it into a kind of tottering now on one good leg, get it in between him. And that one, let's see, Durgan, the one that you smacked, is very upset with you. And manages to make that known as it lunges and clamps and bites the hand that beats it. For 6 points of damage. Nobody is there. All right. This one moves up. Artexia. They are ganging up.
they're
Oh no!
attacking
Oh
us.
no!
This time, I want to grab this.
Oh no! They are ganging up on you.
There you
shit.
go.
Oh yeah,
They
so
are
your turn.
ga-
It's
they
their turn.
are
But coming back
ganging
in.
up.
They're scared of you.
Okay.
So now they want to eat you.
So that's the first one. Bites through your hide, and that's 7 points of damage.
And I had 37. Okay, so
Yeah.
30.
The
Okay.
next one bites into you. As they're all. This is how the wolves like take down bigger game. Because
right.
they're all jumping at different places
Right.
and
Well, using
biting.
pack tactics.
Right. Crazy.
That one bites you for another 6 points of damage.
Shit. Okay.
So keep track.
There's 24. Yeah.
Yeah. That one, even with pack tactics, you managed to swing your oversized head around and fend this one off. This one also gets on you, and you feel your right hind leg thrill with pain as it gets you for another 7 points of damage.
Shit. Okay, 17. That is. Wow.
So they're eating 775. So yeah, okay. And they're gonna get in there. Yeah, they're gonna get in there now.
Oh, they're coming
I
to
got
the fight.
17 hit
get in
points
there.
left as my little wolf right now.
So this one, he goes in. Actually, you know what? No,
You just took 18.
17.
17,
The
yeah.
mate gets in there. She's pissed because you were eyeballing her man.
Oh.
Woo! Okay, I don't have to roll that second attack.
Oh no.
And
Okay, I didn't take 17. I took 19. It was.
because it was 776
Yeah.
or 775.
Right.
6.
So-
The second one was 6.
775, I think.
Yeah, because that's 12 plus 7 is 19. So yeah, 19.
Yeah, I went from
and
37 to 24.
and she just throated the shit out of you.
Oh, shit.
She just throated the shit out of you for 11 points. As she's trying to rip your throat out
Not my kind of throating.
and
Not my preferred version.
and drag you. She critted on that. Just
Said how many
I
points?
figured.
11.
11 on top of that.
So I have 6 HP left.
So you're looking ragged right now. Okay.
Y'all better heal me.
We'll do what we can.
No, yeah.
Let's ask
Fortunately,
the
this is not your
I know,
actual
right?
body.
Yeah, I get to come
Yes.
back. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot.
And yeah, I mean they're very smart, but they're still wolves, so they still want to go after. They still want to go after the big game. The big game.
That's fine. Bring it on.
And he's not directly behind. He would need to be in. You need to be fair, and you're being treated to the rump of Artexia's direwolf form.
You know what?
Smell
she doesn't
it.
mind.
Smell it.
She's kind of.
I think that form's AC is 13, right?
Forms AC. What?
I think the
The armor
direwolves.
class.
I think the armor class is 13.
Oh, yeah, 14.
Oh, 14.
Yeah, it's 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you feel
Did that change any of the previous hits?
I know, right?
no, those were all
Like, that's why I didn't ask
Always
before.
worth
Okay. No, he just because he's a little bit more powerful than the others. So he gets in there and he sinks his fangs, he sinks his teeth into your rump.
Roll in.
For 8 points.
Nah, I'm a human. I mean, I'm a druid.
Okay.
Again.
So for the first time you see Artexia brought low. And that does spill over. So how much?
2 extra.
2 extra? Okay, so her body deflates.
There.
Okay.
Okay, so I have 25 HP left. Okay.
Yes. And that is that for them, I believe. Yep, that's that. Farron, you're up. You just saw her.
Okay. They say go big or go home, and apparently going home is not an option. She, says, lightning. And you see an orb arise this time between her hands of lightning. And then you see her close her eyes, concentrate, and that orb splits into 2 orbs, and she uses Twinned spell to try and cast 2 chromatic orbs at the 2 larger wolves that she just saw take down her taxi.
Okay. Not bad. Shush. Okay. Roll to attack the one that's right next to you. Or not quite. But yeah, on the other side of Finny.
That's a fucking natural 1. Uno. Anytime that I really try to amp it up, my dice sabotage me. They hate me.
It hits, and you hit it just the wrong. Angle. I know this isn't basic anymore, so it doesn't reflect. Fortunately for you, it hits at just the wrong angle, and you blow out. You chip off some of the boulder that's back there, and it showers. Go ahead and roll the second one.
She goes, oh!
Your hand cramps.
And that's a 2. We went up
God,
1
Caitlin.
whole point.
No, that's not the right. You doubled.
Oh, thank you.
You
You're right.
doubled
I doubled my original roll all the way up to 2.
Glass half full over here.
Okay.
She is literally yelling in frustration. Just like Caitlin is
You
yelling
doubled
in
your roll.
frustration.
Doesn't that make you crappy?
And
She's so mad.
fortunately or unfortunately, as you feel your rage ripping through you, you also feel the backlash of various potentialities begin to ripple as well. As you are still under the influence of tides of chaos.
Yeah, I love that.
Maybe you'll get another spell out of it.
Maybe.
Okay, so as you hear as you hear her screaming her frustration, and she bursts into a murder of shimmering ravens.
Oh, sick!
Okay, that's kind of cool.
At least I got something cool out of it, guys.
Yeah, that's true. We don't know how long this will last. Hope it's not permanent.
I don't have a raven yet, but
She's a murder!
As a murderer of ravens, start killing.
okay. Yep.
Albert's painted eagle comes into play.
Yep. That's
Thank you,
about,
Berto.
That's there. There you go. That's about the way of it.
And you guys are probably
Like, is it me yet?
the fuck?
I know what I
Because
wanna
you've never
do.
seen her anything like that happen with her at all. You saw her
totally
do
behind
her
here.
lightning
Vera
just
just
goes
heard a bunch
sploot,
of
splat, and then
squawking.
she's so pissed she's birds.
God. Jeez.
Got your feathers ruffled there?
That's pretty good.
Badly.
Oh.
To put it lightly.
Hey, I didn't try to do the like for the birds comment or something.
Good God.
Oh,
Yeah, have
It
some
just flew out of me, sorry.
I see birds of a feather.
Okay. I'm over here rolling some crazy shit. Okay. So, the alpha's there, snarling bang, about to just ram, gathering itself to throat Artexia from the back and knock her over.
Son of a
Wow, which one's coming now? Holy cow!
This
the
one.
leader.
Yeah, the leader.
The leader
Oh, I thought
of
you
the
already
pack.
went.
Because of how she, and
Yeah, didn't I already get a turn?
Finny crosses the short swords, the one that he had just unearthed, and then draws back, and you see the throat erupts out.
Yeah, leave me alone.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Okay.
I look over at him as I just got killed
Yep.
in my other form, so I'm probably still like panting and like
you're
a little,
bleeding a bit, yeah.
I'm like, thank you.
Okay. Durgan, you're up.
Can oh boy. So far, the only two people who've really been hit are her and
Ismark got
is
worked.
bad.
He got worked that round.
His leg's about to be off.
Yeah. Delicious.
Right. Dangerous.
and these guys. That don't
I think
have
those were
enough weapons to
raspberries.
matter.
What's that?
In there?
You still
yeah.
have spiritual weapon up, right?
I do.
Yeah, that's going to attack.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a given.
But that's not even concentration.
There's a bird perched on the hammer.
There are many birds right now on the hammer.
On the
You're,
hammer.
you're guiding.
Birds.
You're guiding the hammer.
Can I swap with Morgathi?
Potentially. Rules is written. There's not really a way to do that though.
So it's got to be like a cooperative thing.
You know, there's not really a good way to do it.
Do that, huh?
I let them do that on the terror table, but I'm trying to run this rules as written as close as I can.
There's just nowhere for me to really go.
I mean, you can eat attack and an
You
attack
could
of
be
opportunity.
where I am technically, right? Because that's just a placeholder for many birds being in many places. Not that it would help you.
I would allow that, but yeah,
might.
it doesn't really help you.
Just as an option.
I want to. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is make this spiritual weapon attack.
Yeah, go ahead.
The
Roll-
one.
yeah, roll that attack.
In front of
Like this one.
not that one.
To the right.
To one more. That one.
Okay. Oh yeah, to try to clear that space. That
I
makes
wanna
sense.
clear that space.
Yeah. Go for it, Justin.
And let's hope we do it.
Do it.
That's an extra 20.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Roll a nut.
That's an 8.
Yep.
Plus another 5.
Wow.
So that's
13.
13 plus 4. So
You were bashing some brains out.
That wolf
Okay.
is smash.
That one is
Yeah.
gone. That's just
squish. All right. I'm gonna move into that spot.
Yep.
And the crows are just feeding on the dead wolf bodies.
And I'm gonna heal.
plenty of them.
I'm gonna heal his mark.
Okay. With what?
Jeez.
Cure wounds.
Yep.
All right. Go for it.
Oh, gee, Willikers.
That's 6 plus.
Cure those wounds. Gotta cure those wounds.
Okay, so 6, 7. That's 10 plus. I assume I can probably heal more than he can absorb. So there's another. Sorry, I'm forgetting the
As he's working that out, Gira, what are you doing?
bonus on here.
She's gonna attack the gray wolf right there. She's not gonna totally break rank. If it's like half a step forward. No, I'm sorry, the white marble.
The what? Yeah. No, you're right there.
So I'm gonna go for that one.
Okay. Go ahead.
Smash it.
Smash it.
You see.
Get a smash.
See the golden light.
Yeah, that's a dirty 20.
That's a dirt one. Okay.
Avoid it.
It tries to side jump you. Fails. This is one of the ones who was biting Artexia.
That's gonna be 4 damage.
Okay.
I
Anything
think
else?
she's gonna go ahead and do action surge, at least on this one.
Okay.
Because seeing Artexia shift
down.
that we need to get some of these out of here. So she's gonna try to hit it again.
Okay. Time slows down. You bring it down.
Yes. It's 17 plus 5.
Correct.
And then that really?
Son of a gun again.
It's another 4.
Another 4. Okay. It's hanging in there, unfortunately. And you have not taken any damage at all, I don't think, right?
No.
Okay. Boom. All right. Morgathi looks around, looks at Ismark, looks at Artexia, and says, I hope this fucking works. Dormio Fiat. I'm out of tricks. And 12, 25. Okay.
Okay.
And
They're just snoozing.
they're snoozing.
Oh, okay.
And that's him. Justin, do you have the total heal?
I'm trying to remember what the life domain bonus is on this, but it's going to be 10 plus at least another. It's going to be at least another like
Spell level.
2 plus spell level, isn't it?
Spell level. Yeah, will you look that up? Yeah, make sure you know your stuff, y'all. Okay, but it's at least what?
That's going to be at least like a 13.
He needs every point of that.
Okay. Oh wow, shit. Okay.
No. He took more damage. When I say he's like a normal guy would have been dead, a normal guy would have been completely dead. Yeah.
I didn't realize he could actually.
He's tough. He's tough. He's not trying to die here. Okay. So Artexia, you're.
I might revise that here in a second.
You're up. Yeah. No. You're up.
Your light domain or life domain?
Life.
Is all the wolves within 15 feet of me? Cube, a 15-foot cube.
All of the ones on these side, yeah, they are.
Okay, I'm going to, in my out of breath, bleeding state, where I'm imagining myself as almost like kneeling down and gathering myself.
It's not quite, but anyway, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
And I'm going to Thunderwave, and I shoot my Thunderwave out at them.
Okay.
2d8.
2d8, and they have to make con saves, I think.
Okay. Yeah, on a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage. Yeah, okay, anyways.
Go ahead and roll the damage, because it's going to apply one way or the other.
2 plus the spell's level.
D8. Yeah. No, that's not fucking D8. Which is the other one? Do I already have it? Oh, I already have it. Tripping. Here we go.
Turn it that way. I'm gonna let you do it that way. I'm gonna let you get all of them. That makes sense. They're all kind of sitting there.
9.
I just thought it was written down. It's weird.
9 total? Okay. All right, here's what happens. So,
There it is. Yeah.
the murder of Crow scatters because there's a quick thump
Yeah.
as you hit. All of the ones that you hit, it pushes them a little bit away. There's a yipe. Those 3 have just been downed. The she-wolf doesn't understand that they're not dead. All she knows is that they just plop. And so in the space of, several seconds, basically 60-70% of the pack is down.
Nice.
And seeing that her mate is downed, she looks at you, and even though Finney is the one who struck the killing blow, the she-wolf who you've shoved back and smashed with a wave, but she survived it, she looks at you with just sheer hatred in her golden eyes. And then...
That won't be coming.
Fuck.
That won't be coming back.
And then they turn
I know, right?
and they scatter.
Yeah.
Never to be seen again.
Oh yeah, never to be seen again. Nothing. Nothing
She's
is gonna
learned
happen.
her
Wait,
lesson.
never more, right?
I feel like it's gonna be like an elephant and she never forgets.
And we will end as you see the murder of crows had scattered, and then you see it. And where does Farron appear?
She's right where she was standing when she turned into the birds.
Okay.
But she's just
Throws
like,
him out the way.
damn it! Because she's still so...
Okay. And you proceed on your way.
Boy, what
Chill,
a
that was really chill.
run.
Yep. Chill. It was just a nice little
That was
stroll.
exciting.
Just a nice little stroll, right?
Right? It was a nice little stroll.
Thanks for giving us a
through
nice tour of Barovia.
Yeah.
a lovely,
over
friendly
here-
landscape.
I feel like this is in addition to the real estate. Now you're getting to actually see kind of
The land.
Right?
kind of the land
properties.
around the property.
Yeah, it's like the
property around there.
guided tour.
Yeah, we're continuing that. Here is actual career.
Real estate
An
agent.
exotic real
her
estate
day
agent.
job.
Yeah.
Dang.
All right, y'all. Hope you enjoyed your time with us. I know I certainly did, and I think everybody at the table did. And we will continue to delve into the land of Barovia, Curse of Strahd next time. Thank you so much. Take care.
Bye. Strahd.
Strahd.